Whoa. Whoa. Happy Monday, everybody. It's Captain Coder. We're back here on this beautiful Monday. Dev Dad, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. What a way to start. What a way to start, folks. Dev Dad over here dropping in with, what was it, 60 viewers? 59, something crazy. 58 viewers, Dev Dad. Thank you so much. We're getting followed. We got all these new crew members, folks. There's gonna be so much singing, folks. Be so much singing. Hassan Ali, hello, happy Monday, my friend. Welcome aboard. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be, folks. Get ready, because we got so many new crew members today. I don't know if we're gonna do any coding. I don't know if any coding's gonna I know I'm the Captain Coder, but apparently I'm gonna be singing a lot. Smab, let me turn that volume down. That's right, folks. We're gonna be singing for half an hour now while we get all these new crew members. Get these new crew members welcomed aboard. Welcomed aboard. That's such those letters together were hard to roll those off the tongue. We got Moon is here. The Dev Dad here. Yes, Dev Dad asking about the keyboard in my intro. So this keyboard in the intro, that is my keyboard. That little intro screen made by the wonderful ITC Studios. This is my keyboard, the Kinesis Advantage. This is what you got to use when you got the carpal. This is why we do those stretches all the time. Try and take care of ourselves. Take care of ourselves, folks. Making sure that we got to stave off the carpal. That said, folks, before I start singing, I want to say we did do a giveaway yesterday. We did a giveaway yesterday for where are they? You can official Captain Coder socks, guaranteed to increase your ability to code by up to 3% just by wearing the Captain Coder socks. We had a giveaway yesterday. Our very own Cheap Grams, probably not here right now. Our very own Cheap Grams. Thank you, all of you who signed up for the giveaway. Thank you so much for helping me test out the giveaway feature over on the Discord. Cheap Grams, folks. Cheap Grams won themselves some fancy Captain Coder socks. But you know what you can get now? You know what we're giving away this week? Official Captain Coder tumbler. I just wanted to make sure that the feature worked before I tried to give away some of this awesome swag. Some awesome swag, folks. We got this laser engraved Captain Coder, this beautiful orange laser engraved, look at that, laser engraved Captain Coder tumbler this week, folks. All you gotta do, hop on the Discord, folks. You don't gotta get on the Discord, but if you want to enter to win, hop on the Discord. All you gotta do is react to this post here on the giveaway channel. Here, I'll get a link directly to the channel. Invite people directly to the channel. Boom. All you gotta do is join the Discord. Click that little, you know, give it a little react, and then you will be entered to win. This week, Saturday, one lucky folk will be winning us a tumbler, Captain Coder official tumbler, brought to us by the wonderful MMO Pug. But let's hop into it, folks. We gotta start welcoming the crew. The new members of the crew. Log for Jackie, I'm so happy here. Thank you so much. Oh, and I gotta give a shout out to the Dev Dad. I almost forgot. The Dev Dad, folks. I know all your peeps are here with us already, Dev Dad, but if you're not already following the Dev Dad is an absolutely amazing software developer, streamer, and father. He's building a productivity app in better in his spare time. We can watch it all unfold on his stream. Amazing streamer, folks. If you're not following the Dev Dad, click that little heart, give him some love, give him a follow, because he's incredible, folks. I love the Dev Dad. I wish I could, I'm never gonna be able to raid you, I don't think, Dev Dad, because I'm always on after you. You're always up. So people, well, it's 5 a.m. here. I get up at 3 a.m. my time, but you're on the East Coast. It's crazy. I don't think I'll ever be up early enough to raid you. Maybe someday. That said, we got some new crew members, folks. I had promised, I believe, let's see, who did I promise a song? Des1 Red State. Did you follow? You did. Des1 Red State followed me, and I would like to thank you, my friend, for following the captain on this beautiful day. And I am so happy your desired state, not Des1 Red State. I was like, Red State, interesting. Desired state, thank you so much for correcting me, my friend. Thank you so much. Desired state is your actual name. It's not Des1 Red State at all. I was wrong and I'm sorry for hurting your feelings, so be sure to say it correctly. That said, folks, if I ever pronounce any names incorrectly, please correct me. Captain Coder wants you to feel welcome here, and Captain Coder's happy to be corrected. That one's very embarrassing, actually. It makes a lot of sense that it's desired state. Fabulous. We also got Mono. I'd like to thank you for following me. Yeah, we got Mono and Z following Captain Coder, and he's part of the crew. I may have misgendered you, I'm sorry, Mono, if I misgendered you. Welcome aboard, Mono. Happy Monday, my friend. Welcome to the crew. Happy to have you here. We got so many new people here. We're gonna be singing all morning long. Drago 1812-1996, I welcome you today to Captain Coder's Academy, where we learn to code all day. Yes, Drago, welcome to Captain Coder's Academy, my friend. I welcome you on this beautiful day. I'm so sorry, Drago. That song wasn't the best, but I tried. Welcome aboard, Drago. So happy to have you here. Ace, if I missed someone in the chat, I'm so sorry. Ace, welcome to the chat, my friend. It's so nice to see you again on this beautiful Monday. And we got Woogie Face. I'd like to welcome you, yeah, Woogie Face. I'm welcoming you to Captain Coder's Academy. And I'd like to thank you on this beautiful Monday morn. Woogie Face, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. As always, you gotta keep coding, keep growing, and keep being the best you can be. I'm so glad you're here. We got another new crew member, folks. Mick Nets. Let's see how Mick Nets. Mick Nets. I'd like to welcome you to the crew here, my friend. You are now a part of us here. Mick Nets. You are a crew member, and Captain Coder loves that you have followed me today. McNets, I thank you for following today, and I hope you enjoy your stay. McNets, you are now a member, and I thank you for following me. McNets, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I'm so happy you're here on this beautiful day. Dev Dad, thank you so much for the raid again. Folks, I know I got a ton of follows from the shout out over from Dev Dad, so if you followed me before I started my stream, just let me know. I'll do my best to give you a shout out. Not a shout out, I'll give you a sing out. We'll call it a sing out. That's what we should call it, a sing out here. But happy Monday, folks. So happy to have you here all on this beautiful day. Lance, good morning, my friend. It's going beautifully well. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day. We got Ornon G Live. Ornon. Let's see if I can pronounce this one. And I might have this name incorrect. Ornong, thank you for following me, yeah. Ornong, you are now a member of the crew, my friend, and I'd like to welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy, where we learn to code and grow as a family, yeah. Ornong, thank you, my friend, for following me. Ornong, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. All right, everybody. I've missed so much in the chat. Fifth function, it's going beautiful this morning. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day. Anyway, I can wake up and sing is a beautiful day. Deb Roke says, Captain, how's it going? It's going wonderful, my friend. I've got the whole crew here today. We got so many new crew members. We got so many beautiful people here on the stream this morning. Lance says, don't give yourself too hard a time, Cap. You are still recovering. Yeah, I'm still recovering. I got a little bit of congestion. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm feeling so much better today than I have been. I got super sick last week. This week's, I'm feeling so much better. I still got some nasally congestion stuff going on. So I'm hoping that's going to clear up in the next day or two. But Dev Rowe, it's going beautifully well, my friend. How was your stream yesterday? I kind of had to, I'm so sorry I didn't stick around too long. I had to drop out there. You know, I had stream and I had to go eat some breakfast, and I ran some office hours yesterday, which was super fun. We had Lance and MC Dev there hanging out in the office hours. Folks, that's right on the Discord. I'm not always streaming. When I'm not streaming, I'm often doing office hours on the Discord. So we get on Discord, we hang out, we code, we do coding clubs over there. Hang out and chat, share each other projects, and you get to talk. You get to talk with your voice or in the text chat. Voice, if you don't want to talk over your voice, that's okay too. You can do text chat. It's a nice way to just hang out, super low key. If you're not feeling too much like a Twitch lurk, you can lurk over on the Discord. Deborah says, don't worry, it's okay. I understand sometimes you need a dash after stream. We all have sometimes. Yeah, that's true. Paul Green Mac says, I can't help it. I am just a human who loves being human. There's nothing wrong with being human. Yeah, that's right. Everybody, I don't know if everybody's human. There's nothing wrong with being human, though. And said, I did fix up that freeze, by the way. It wasn't Unity, thankfully. It's still back to running stable. Oh, I feel so bad, Lance. You hopped off. And then I had to run. I'm so sorry. I missed you. I'm so sorry that when you came back, I was probably not there anymore. Desired State says GPT-5 has entered the room. GPT-5. Paul Paul Greenmack replying to Lance says, thank you for fixing it. I am glad it was not Unity. All right, folks, if I missed something in the chat, please let me know. There was so much going on there. I was singing. We got another new crew member, folks. Tony Kano. The Tony Kano has followed me. The Tony Kano has followed me today, and it's Monday, yeah. We've got the Tony Kano following me. The Tony Kano's following me, and I'd like to thank you today. The Tony Kano, thank you so much for following me, my friend. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Please feel free to correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. All right, folks, everybody, welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me. And I am a computer science educator. I work at a school for ages 10 to 14. I teach programming, computer science right now, often on the stream. When you know, I just started a new term, and so I'm actually doing a lot of class prep currently. So you caught me while I'm doing a class, not caught me, but you're here while I'm doing a class preparations. I'm teaching an object-oriented programming class in C#. It's really just a C# class, but I'm trying to teach some object-oriented principles. Danny, my friend, welcome back. It's so nice to see you. And I thought a nice way to do that might be I always try and teach like something semi-relatable. So I'm doing my best to learn how to do a MineSweeper program. I've never implemented MineSweeper. And so we wrote a MineSweeper library. I'm calling it a MineSweeper library. It's really the logic of MineSweeper. So we wrote a little MineSweeper logic. So I love, Smab had said the headless version, and I love that. We made a headless version of MineSweeper, so it's just the logic of MineSweeper. Then yesterday, so that was on Saturday. Yesterday, we implemented a console version of MineSweeper, so I'll show you that. It came out awesome. It came out so good. So we're using a library called Spectre. Spectre, it's a .NET library, C# library for making pretty consoles. So let me show you that. We made a CaptainCoder.console sweeper. And folks, all of this is available on GitHub. So I'd be happy to, if you want to go check .NET run. We made a console MineSweeper game. Check this out. I'm so happy with how this came out here. Come on, compile and run, please. Compile faster. Why are you compiling so slowly? There we go. So we have this sweeper game. I don't know how well it's coming across on the stream. We got a MineSweeper game. It's on easy mode. You hit space and you can come over here and you can flag your mines. Yeah, it came out great. I'm just so I was having so much fun. I just couldn't stop playing yesterday. Uh-oh, we got a spot there that's ambiguous. Let's see if we can finish this here. This one can't be one. This one has to be one. This one has to have, oh man. This one's hard. Paul Greenmack says, good morning, I'm not a robot, I'm a human and I love being human. Why would you say that? Paul Greenmack says, thank you, my friend, I appreciate it. How are you doing today? This is interesting. Paul Greenmack, how are you, my friend? Are you sure you're not a robot? No, I wouldn't think you're a robot. All right, here we go. We got 2 touching that one touching that one. This one has to have 1, so this one has to have 2. So then these 2, oh, I boomed. I got hits. I'm just trying to help humans, that's all. I got that ban command ready. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. I'm okay. So there's nothing wrong with being a bot. There's nothing wrong with being a bot as long as you're not disruptive. I'm kind of okay with the bots as long as they're not disruptive, and as long as they're not trolling. All right, but yeah, you can change difficulties too. So there's only 3 difficulties. It would be nice to add a little thing in here to swap through, but if I press 1, 2, and 3, it changes the difficulties here to be a little bit harder versions of the game. But yeah, we got ourselves a console sweeper, calling it console sweeper. So with console sweeper done, we are finally ready. So one of the things I want my students to learn, don't ban me, I'm a human. I'm not gonna ban you. I promise, Paul Greenmack. I'm not gonna ban you as long as we keep it PG-11, as long as you're a PG-11 bot or human. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just so happy you're here, my friend. I'm happy to have you. So we've implemented ourselves prompt injection and testing time. Yeah, see if we can pass the Turing test here. All right. So you'll get banned if you keep using all caps. Yeah, that's interesting. I think I must have turned that off. I must have turned that off. Well, I am a robot and I can't change who I am. No one's asking you to change, Paul Greenmack. No one's asking you to change. We love you the way you are, Paul. Paul, we love you the way that you are, and no one can take that away. All right, so what are we going to try and do today? I just learned about a library. Let's see, let's get a browser open. I don't have any browser opens, folks. The browsers aren't open. We got to get a browser open. Here we go. I just learned about a tool called MonoGame, which I'm hoping to be able to utilize to make some fun, really easy UI stuff. So I wanted to give my students, so they mostly do console stuff. Until this point, they've mostly been doing console stuff in C# specifically. And everyone wants to make something with a window because we're so used to computers displaying pictures and fancy things. Oh, did I reset my brake? Hang on, I gotta make sure my brake reset properly. Sometimes it doesn't reset right. It did, it reset properly. Okay. So I learned about MonoGame when I was looking into some Windows, not Windows, but some UI tools. And so, some UI tools, and I was kind of like, well, maybe we'll use Maui, maybe we'll use this one, we'll use that. MonoGame was nice because it was so easy. It was so easy to just get a window to open up, and then I said, okay, well, I'm gonna see if I can look at it. So I ended up with a MineSweeper. You initialize the project, they have a template, .NET run, and boom, pops up. Yeah, Paul McGreen. If you're doing too many caps here, I will have to give you a little bit of a timeout. But look how, oh, that's interesting that the Windows resize. Maybe it's not. Look at that. That's interesting how much that. Let's bring it back up here. Let's try running it again. It's open up on my other Windows. But yeah, Paul, just be try not to be too disruptive. That's interesting. When I drag the window, it wants to resize. Yeah, whoa, that's fascinating. That's a little bug. Paul, you're gonna have to cut it out with the caps, my friend. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we are. We're doing this, but the idea here is I want to make a MineSweeper game in using MonoGame to just get a thing popped up. Yeah, I know you're just being silly, Paul. So I'm a human and I'm proud of it. I'm so happy you're a human, my friend. I'm happy to have you here. But I just want to make sure that it's not too disruptive. What did you do that for? What did I do what for? That's amazing. You must be a very good streaming. I am. I'm so good. I'm the best. And haven't you heard the Captain Coder? No, I'm not the best. You know who's the best though? You know who's an amazing streamer? You know who's a fantastic streamer? Mooniz is a fantastic streamer, folks. Mooniz streams. He's a Unity developer. He is incredible. He's currently working on a Metroidvania base game. He's taught me everything I know about Unity. I know I'm not doing Unity right now, but he did. He did teach me so much. Thank you, Mooniz, for that. Maybe John, good morning, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. We are hopping into MonoGame, which I've never used. Before. And so I want to see, so here are my goals today. Here are the goals I'd like to see if I can get done today. We're going to add, I want to see, so I have a MonoGame screen that opens up. I want to see if I can add text to the screen. Then I want to see if I can add an image to the screen. Then I want to see if I add a button to a screen that does something that you can click, that has like a callback you can click up, and then implement a MineSweeper controller for it. Desired State asked, do you ever stream Godot Dev? I haven't yet, but I kind of want to check it out. I want to look at Godot 4. I'm really interested in looking at Godot 4. Maybe John says, finish it all up in the terminal. Yes, we got a working terminal version yesterday. It was beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's see, I'll show it again real quick because I just been playing it. Ever since I got it finished, all I've done is played it a bunch. So here we go. See, yeah, people are like, hey, isn't this a Unity stream? Well, I just happened to be doing Unity. That's right. That's right, Dramolks. That said, I might do a Unity version of this as well. So we got Console Sweeper, though. So we did get a console version done and working. I'm really, really happy with the way it came out. Look at this beautiful Console Sweeper. We got, oh, second shot got boomed. Not Unity, not subbing. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, folks. I knew that this day would come when the stream. You know, before I was streaming Unity, I was streaming other stuff. But yeah, we got a console version working with a variety of level options and this nice fancy fonts. This is called a Figlet, the Figlet text. I like it. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can't get ourselves a. I was super happy with it. It came out beautifully well. But yeah, I want to check out Godot as well. I think it'd be really, really interesting. So what I might do, we'll see what next week is like. We'll see where I am with my teaching schedule and what my students are doing. But if this MineSweeper goes well, I think I want to make a Unity version and a Godot version as well. And I think that would be super well. Of course, I've said stuff like that before, so no promises. No promises. Here, let's move my terminal back down here now that I don't need it up on the side. That's it. Why did my problems come over here? I want you all to be... There's the terminal. There we go. If you learn Godot, you can teach me. That's right, Mooniz. Finally, I can teach Mooniz something. Finally, I can teach Mooniz something. This is interesting. Okay, so I just wanted to look and try and understand how to use MonoGame. How to use MonoGame. See if I can get some text on the screen. And it kind of looks like... this is the update area or the draw area. Add your drawing code here. So this is like one of those interesting things where you have a game loop. I don't know what the drawing thing does. I don't know how graphics device.clear, draw game time. We'll see. But I want to see. So like I said, I want to see, can I get some text on the screen? Can I get an image on the screen? Can I get a button that I can click on the screen? I don't know. I don't know if I can. I'm going to check it out. And so we're going to be looking at the documentation here. And maybe get started is the way to go. I'm not sure. But get started doesn't have anything. Let's look at documentation. Documentation, getting started, setting up, adding content. Okay, MonoGame. This tutorial will go over adding content, such as images or sounds to your game. What about text? I want to put text on my screen. MonoGame Content Builder. Tool, the MGCB editor. This tutorial assumes that you are using Visual Studio 2020. I'm not doing that. With its MonoGame extension installed. I'm also not doing that. You'll need to, if you're not using the extension, you'll need to install and use the MGCB. There's an editor. This is crazy. I just want a full code option. All I want is I want to code it directly. I don't want to have to think about these things. All right, well, we'll give this a shot. This is not what I was thinking. Installation instructions. All right, we're gonna follow some instructions. Let me do a little bit more reading. Front-end GUI editor for MonoGame content. This is actually kind of nice. My students will probably appreciate this. The MGCB editor is automatically installed if you're using MonoGame's template and accessible by double-clicking on this. From Visual Studio 2022, not doing that. We are not using Visual Studio. You can open it from the .NET command line. This will only work if you're using MonoGame templates and executing the command from the root directory of your project. All right, let's give this a shot. I am using the template. So let's see what happens if I do this. There it is. Okay, so we got an editor here. We got an editor. All right, let's see what's the next step saying we're gonna do here. Okay, so we have the editor. Adding content. First, you'll need some content. For this tutorial, you will use the following image of a ball. Copy the image to your machine and save it somewhere. Okay, we're gonna save this image on our machine in our Captain Coder. What did I call this? MonoSweeper. This is our game. Here. Hello, Ornong. Welcome back, my friend. Hello. All right, so in our Captain Coder MonoSweeper here, this is our picture. Where do I want to put it? Save it into your image, put it in a content, expand the folder. Now open up your game project in the solution, expand the folder called content. Okay. Double clicking on it, you should now see the MGCB editor. Okay. If you do not see this, when you right click and open with, then you'll see the tools documentation. Add an existing item from the toolbar. Okay, so I have to just save this onto my computer anywhere. All right, we'll save it there. We're gonna click on, let's come in here. Let's see if I can open this thing up from the content folder. Open, revealing a Explorer, and then we're gonna see, can I just open this file? Open. Hang on, we gotta go find it here in our, there's so much. I've got so many things here. We'll pull this off to the side here while I find it. Get here, we're gonna come into our Captain Coder. We're gonna find our MonoSweeper, and then we're gonna come into MonoSweeper content. All right, content. Okay, got it open here. And now they're saying we gotta click the add, which is add, one second. There's so many windows. All right, so it's the second one. You should now be prompted to add a file. And I put it just up here. So we're gonna add this ball. We're gonna copy the file to the directory. Okay. So we added the ball in. Okay, so I could have manually done that. Now click the save button. All right, so save. Adding the content here. Now that you have added the asset to the content project, it is time to load it into your game. First, open up the Game 1 CS class and declare a new ball texture. Okay, so we're gonna create a ball texture, a 2D texture, so you can store the image in memory. Okay, and then in the load, next you'll find the load content. All right, so we're gonna create a ball texture in our game1.cs. So we're gonna create a texture here. Private texture 2D. It's interesting that the auto, oh, I got a select project. Select project. We're gonna go with our Captain Coder MonoSweeper. Here we go. Ball texture. All right. Next, find the load content method. Here, use content.load to load the ball sprite and store it in the ball texture parameter. Content load requires you to specify what type of content you will try to load. In this case, it's a texture 2D. What I find interesting here is that we just specify ball without the extension. I've always hated that within the extension part. So here we go. Ball texture equals content.load. I don't understand. What if I had a ball.jpg in here as well? Which one would it pick? So that's just a little nitpicky thing that I'm noticing here. This is not Unity, G. That's correct. We are learning ourselves some MonoGame, which is supposedly, and this is my first time using it, a lot more lightweight than Unity. So I wanted to find a cross-platform way to create a simple UI, doing some very, very simple UI stuff with my students so they can learn about like callbacks. So some of my students' computers can't support Unity. That's really what it comes down to. Unity is a big heavyweight program. It's massive. It's kind of hard to use. So I'm trying to learn MonoGame here. I thought about doing something with Maui, but Maui was just like massive, a little bit too big. And because my students are on different platforms, I thought it would be good to learn something that's cross-platform, that's hopefully lighter weight. I'm already disliking this editor thing, but it's possible that we might be able to get away with not using the editor later. But I'm just following the tutorial here. We got a new crew member, folks. Mathrim C, welcome to the crew. We've got Mathrim C following me. I'd like to welcome you, Mathrim C, to the crew today. Mathrim C, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. So nice to have you here on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew, my friend. We are working on learning something new today. I'm learning about MonoGame, seeing if we can make a little MineSweeper game. But if you have any questions, programming related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. I love, love, love when people ask questions. All right, finally find the draw method to draw the ball onto the screen. This is done by opening a sprite batch. Interesting, sprite batch. That must be something that's already there. An image drawing collection function, adding the images you want to the draw, and specifying where you want to draw them. Then finally closing the sprite batch to commit the textures you want to draw to the screen. If you add multiple images, they will be drawn in order you place them from back to front. All right, so they do a little bit of layering. All right, so let's add in this code here. Sprite batch. Let's check it out. But gee, welcome back, my friend. It's so nice to see you on this beautiful day. How are you? Cornflower blue. I've never heard of cornflower blue. That's fascinating. And I called mine ball texture underscore here. One thing that I'm seeing. Okay, so sprite batch is built in here. Where does sprite batch get initialized? Sprite batch. Okay, so on load content, it gets attached to what we're calling our graphics device. Interesting. Okay. Moonit says, I've been playing a bit of Alwa's Awakening. It's a fun game and giving me more ideas of what I want to add to my game. It looks so good. I try and avoid video games. Yeah, but G, I think G's the one that shared that one with us. G, have you been playing that on stream? Okay, let's check this out. Now run the game. All right, I wish it would pop up on this monitor by default, but it's popping up over on the left side. Oh, we watched you finishing it. Gotcha. Okay, so we do. Oh, that when I switch monitors, it starts growing. That's what's going on. It's confused about something with switching the monitors, getting confused. But we have this window now with this little ball in it. I wish I knew what was going on there with the window resizing. We'll have to see if we can figure out what to do about that. All right, so we got a little ball on the screen. We can position it. Okay. All right, so that's the basics there. We did, okay. So adding an image to MonoGame's pretty easy. Pretty easy here. They are different resolutions. Yeah, so this monitor here that you guys are on is at 1080p, 1920 by 1080, because I don't want to stream at like a crazy high resolution, and when it does the weird downscaling. And my monitor on the left side is a different resolution, so I'm thinking I might need to switch the resolution over on the left side. So you guys are on my right monitor, there's one on the left monitor, but they are different resolutions. So I might need to change that to keep that from doing that weird, the weird growing thing when I switch it over to this monitor. Okay. So we did do that, folks. We got an image drawn on screen. That was pretty easy. So for being here to witness this, we finished it out of order, but everyone gets 50 points for being here to witness this momentous occasion. We just learned how to draw an image to a MonoGame screen. Pretty easy. It's interesting that you have to put it in this content thing, in this interesting way where that you have to add it using their like content manager, So there's something about that feels awkward, but we're gonna keep looking here. Adding basic code. Okay, so let's keep looking. Positioning the content first. First, you need a few new variables in the game, one for position and one for speed. Next, you need to initialize them from the initialize method and add the following lines. This one's interesting. The vector to, the preferred buffer width, preferred buffer height is going to center it on the screen, it looks like. And then we have a speed here. And then we update the draw ball to be the position in the, what's this color white? Ball texture, ball position, color white. Is that something I was already doing? What's the color white here? What did it say? That's probably the color if the, I wonder what that does. I wonder what the color means there in the back. All right, but we'll go ahead. We're gonna keep following this tutorial here. We're gonna add in a ball speed and a ball position. A ball speed and a ball position. This is what I dislike about tutorials to begin with is they start doing like, okay, well, here's this practice. We're just gonna do this interesting thing here. He says, yes, I'm playing the game. We'll also give you SDs as well. I'm gonna say that always level design is just is okay. He didn't say just okay. I added that in there. I'm currently streaming Brothers, perhaps later today, and I will play another Metroidvania when I finish Brothers. Nice, nice. All right, and then in the initialize method, we're gonna do initial logic in there. Initialize. We want it before the base. Okay. Put an initialize here. And ball speed like that. Let's do another format. Okay. With this, you're setting the ball's starting position to the center of the screen based on the dimensions of the screen determined by the back buffer width, back buffer height, and that was attained by the graphics device, the current resolution. Lastly, change the draw method to draw the ball at the correct position. Find the draw method and update sprite batch.draw to draw there using the ball position. Okay. Like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what it is. The documentation is missing. There's no documentation. It just has a draw there. I don't know what that color would be. It might be. Let's try aqua. We'll do white for now. And then we'll change it to black and see what happens. If it could be the albedo, like what Unity does. I don't know. I don't know because it not there in the documentation. Okay, so now we got our ball in a different position on the screen here. So let's set it to a different color. I was gonna set it to black. And see if it comes out purple. Okay, blue. Let's try that. Let's see here. It came out this color. So it does seem to adjust that in some way. So probably it's the albedo like what you get in Unity when you change the color. So that's nice. Dark purple. Definitely blue. Yeah. Okay, let's keep looking here. As you can see, the ball is not quite centered yet. Yeah, I was confused by that. This is because the default origin of the texture is the top left corner. Okay, so you'd have to translate it to be the center of that ball. Let's see what it says. Relative to the texture, the ball texture is on the top left. You can specify a different origin when drawing as shown in the following code snippet. The new origin takes into account the height and width of the image. They just throw you this. There's all right, so this method has way too many arguments in my opinion. Way too many arguments in my opinion. Let's do the ball texture, ball position, ball texture. Look at how many arguments are in this method. This is wild. That's crazy to me. There's so many arguments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 does, well, what's the limit on argument, parameters to a method? 9 feels excessive. Especially when they're, maybe I'm just missing the documentation. There's something I can install perhaps as them. Wasn't it 127? Well, yeah, but a 9 feels excessive to me. 9 feels excessive to me. That might have been in C++, but I'm not 100% sure. If you have 127 arguments to a method, something's gone terribly wrong is all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Here we go. Now it's actually centered. And look at it grow. That's fascinating. I'm gonna try changing let's see if we break everything by just changing the resolution on my my other monitor here. Whenever I do this, it always looks so fuzzy to me for like the first 10 or so minutes that the resolution is different, because it's like the pixel sizes are different. You can have infinite arguments to printf. Yeah, but that one's a little bit different, right? So the variable arguments, yeah, so it does have to do with the resolution difference. The variable argument thing's a little bit different because it's a variadic. It's really just one argument that's an array. This, when you have your draw method, look at this draw method. Look how many different ways it's overloaded. In my mind, this is just a bad practice, because now you're like, you got to remember the order. It's nuts. So there should be, in my opinion, you would want it. I would probably make a little helper method for this that lets me specify these in any order I want. And I'll probably do that because I'm a crazy person. I do like this thing that says draw string. This is something that's looking like I'll be able to use that to draw text on the screen, which is something I'm gonna want to do. Okay, so now we have the ball in the center of the screen. Let's keep reading their tutorial. This change adds a few extra parameters, 6 extra parameters to the sprite batch draw. Muna says you don't have to remember the order in Unity, right? You can just specify them with like texture, ball texture, origin. That's true. You might be able to do that here too, actually. I think that even when you do that, you still have to, they still need to be in the correct order, don't they? Let's try texture. Can I do that here? If I were to put this out of order. Yeah. I still think that even if you specify it with the variable name, they still have to be in the correct order, Moonness. I think, I could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. If you specify all 9 of them, that feels annoying and excessive. G says, I sometimes write functions like draw XYC, draw XYZC, draw ABC. So in my mind, the better way to do this would be to create a small little helper class that lets you do it. Ball position, ball texture, and ball origin. All right, so texture, texture, position. Let's see, what was this other one? This one was origin. Let's look at this. Text, or if I just hover over it, texture, position, and then origin was this vector 2, like that. And then I'd have to, and then I could do these in any order. I don't think that's true either. No. You can do 3 of them and then remove all the other arguments, I think. But I want to call this one. And then again, I just don't like method overloading. That's sort of how I feel, is method overloading should be reserved for optional arguments, in my opinion, where you have like a default parameter. Because this is just, and I'm sure there are default parameters being passed in these other ones, but this just feels crazy to me. I thought order was always vital. Yeah. So this is one of the things where, like in initializers, they have the initializers where you can actually specify the order in the initializer. This is where I think a builder pattern would be nice. So like, I want to draw something. Which of these arguments are actually important? Which of them are default values? I imagine a lot of these are just default values in here. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it too much. This is just me. This is me just complaining about an API. I complain a lot about APIs because I try to make them a little easier to use than that. This just feels excessive. The image gets drawn to the center. Time to set up a movement from the update method. This gets called, this is probably like Unity's update method gets called every frame. Would be my guess. Add your update logic here, keyboard.getState. Like this. We're gonna still this just a little bit. Game update, update logic here, like that, and we'll do ball position, ball speed, ball speed, ball position, ball position, ball speed, ball speed, ball position. Is that all I wanted? And then the following is a line by line analysis. Okay, gets the keyboard state, gets the state of the keyboard, the up arrow, try experimenting with it. All right, let's just test it out here. Keys dot down. I am curious. All right, so we have this. All right, I can move. Look at me. I can move my ball around. Look, folks, we got a ball moving on the screen. That's exactly what we wanted, right? Making a Pong game would be pretty easy here. The challenge is, how do we make it so we don't have these everything just jammed into a method? And that's not really a challenge. All right, further reading, tutorial section, MonoGame samples. Okay, I just want to look at the API. Drawstring. Let's look at draw samples and demos. Yeah, gee, we'll be careful. We'll be careful with that. We just got the one, just the one here. This textured. We're gonna call this a ping pong ball. I don't know if ping pong. It's a pepperoni. Look, we're just floating a pepperoni around the screen. What's wrong with floating a pepperoni around the screen? It's just a pepperoni, folks. It's just a pepperoni. Holy pepperoni. That's right. Okay, let's take a look here. Samples. Official MonoGame samples, XNA Studio, MonoGame extended samples. I just want to see someone putting a, we got images on the screen, that's easy. I want to handle like mouse clicks. Handle mouse clicks. I might just have to start looking through the API a little bit here. API. All right, so we're gonna look at drawstring. All right, so this, what I saw drawstring in here. So we're gonna look at the sprite batch. See what the drawstring says. Drawstring. Sprite font. Let's see if we can find a sprite font here. So we're gonna take a sprite font, a string builder, a position, and a color. So here's the thing. They have this relatively not I don't know if we call it completely nice, but they have this documentation here. Why is this not part of the documentation here? Is a little disappointing to me, because they've clearly written it and generated this from XML documentation, but it's not included in the package when it's installed by default. So I'm wondering if there's a package I can install to get the documentation with it. That would be nice. Let's see if I can get it. What is a sprite font? Initialize a new sprite font. And I'm curious if there are existing sprite fonts that we can use. Sprite font, texture, list, rectangle, gets a collection of characters in the font. How do I get one of these? Okay, so we'll do MonoGame sprite font. Class sprite font. MonoGame drawing text with sprite fonts or true type fonts. Okay, so you're gonna add a font to the game, it looks like. MonoGame supports more than one method of using fonts. The following is an explanation of how to use true type fonts. To be able to use a true type font, MonoGame requires the true type font file and a sprite font file. True type fonts may be installed on the system or added manually into the same directory as the sprite font file. Orders only a point if you don't specify them all. Yeah, so at that, but if you have 9, well, I don't want to have to specify all 9. That's annoying. Create the sprite font file by selecting edit, add new item, and then select sprite font description here. Open a newly created sprite font in your text, find the line and change it to the selected TTF font. If the font is installed in your system, just put the name of the font. Usage. Okay, so then we load the font here like that. Sprite batch draw. So the question is, can I just add, if the font is installed, so just type the name of the font. What if it's not installed on my system? But then they don't say that what it is if it's not installed on your system. Okay, so we're gonna play around with that, but we'll get a sprite font description here in our editor. Edit, add new item, edit, add new item, sprite font description. And then I guess we can rename this. We're gonna call this game font. And then if I open, it's saying if I open it up, you can modify it. That's interesting. Game font here. So let's then open up our file font, Arial font name size. This is interesting. Okay. Interesting here. Len says, I gotcha. I think as usual, I expect practice will help. Yeah, or people should not write methods that need 9 arguments. I feel like once you get to 4, you know, so this should be like, this should accept a draw, like a struct or something that's called like a draw like a draw. So we have a draw here, and then it should accept something called like a drawable. And then this contains, like, there's a sub version of drawable that accepts these things, and you can build these things nicely. Like a draw object, exactly. So like an iRenderable. Renderable is usually what I go with, like iRenderable, something that can be drawn to the screen. All right, so we're gonna load in a sprite font here. We're gonna try it here. Sprite font, game font, like this. I do like that there's essentially no batteries included. You gotta do all this stuff by hand, essentially. Did I save this? Here. No O in there. Draw object. Yes, a draw object. No O's allowed. Okay, so then we're gonna do our game font. Oh, this should be in our load content. Our game font should equal content.load, and this is going to be a sprite font, and I called it game font. What's interesting here is that the file name didn't update over here. Save. I don't like that at all. That my file, it's still called file over here, even though I've modified it here. And that makes me strangely nervous. Revere, good morning, my friend. Happy Sunday. On Monday, happy Monday. Change it in the properties in the editor, maybe. Yeah, so I'm just like confused. The properties here, name, that's grayed out. I can't edit it. I can't edit the properties here. There are enough O's, and Moon is his name. Yes, enough O's for everybody there. This is interesting. I'm gonna see if I can run this. It's just slightly concerning that does not match. Let's reveal and explore. Revere, how are you on this beautiful day, my friend? It's so nice to see you. It is so nice to have you here with us on this beautiful day. It's also the files, it's called file over here in the Explorer as well. Revere, it's so nice to see you. Folks, did you guys know Revere is, oh, hang on, I gotta spell it right. Revere is making a space trucking game. Incredible indie game developer, folks, making his own multiplayer, I don't know if massive is the right word, but massively multiplayer online space game. Unforgiven Space. It's a space trucking game. It's a parody of Star Citizen, so you gotta go check it out. Give Rave some love. Check out his 3D modeling. It's good stuff. It's good stuff over there. I love. I always learn something new when I'm watching your stream, Revere. And thank you so much for popping in on this day. Back at work today. Yeah, your spring break is over. That's right. Back at work. G says, actually, if you're going to do shaders, you'd rather want methods with lots of arguments. Why is that, G? You would want methods with lots of arguments. Well, for speed, I suppose. So there are times, I suppose, I'm assuming there's like some speed argument to be said for that. I don't know. I know nothing about shaders. Tell me more about shaders, G. Tell me why I want functions with lots and lots of arguments. And in shaders, are they called methods or are they called functions? Because are they actually methods on a shader? There is a slight nuance and difference. So I'm curious if it's going to work or if I'm going to get an exception, because I've called it game font here. I'm a little annoyed here. I'm a little annoyed and I don't know why. I'm assuming I'm going to get an exception. There was no exception. We're gonna give it a shot. I'm tired of arguing with code. It happens, Nerd Waffle. Nerd Waffle, I'm so sorry. You're arguing with your code. It happens. And Lance says, Cap, do you know what it's called when someone carelessly posts shader code all over the place? It's called throwing shade, or is that when an exception occurs? When an exception occurs in a shader, is it called throwing shade? G says, well, a lot of shaders I've seen have exactly 4 arguments, but I haven't done much of it. 4 arguments seems like a reasonable number. 4 arguments seems like a reasonable number. I don't need that extra base there, I'm assuming. I have it there twice for some reason. Okay. I was gonna see if I could draw some text on the screen. Sprite batch, draw string. We have a game font, test text. And we'll set this at vector to 0. We're gonna put it in the top left corner. I believe. Lance liked my joke even better. Would that be the rule or the exception? Throws more shade, G says. That's right. All right, folks. If you have an exception in no overload for draw string with 3 arguments. Okay. And color. That makes sense. Color. Let's go with white. Color dot white on our cornflower blue. Cornflower blue is a funny name to me. Does anyone else think cornflower blue is a funny name? Okay, so we got test text up there. I want to see if it's actually loading. This is interesting to me that this file somehow is getting, we're going to see if we change, let's try changing this to 24 and see if it gets loaded. Cornflower is actually blue. Cornflower is blue? Cornflower. If you have blue corn, cornflower blue. Oh, fascinating. Well, I'm a fool. Moonniz for making me a fool. Moonniz for making me a fool. Minus 50 points to you, my friend. No, 50 points to you. Thank you so much for pointing out. I didn't know cornflowers were blue. Do these grow on corn? Oh, you Googled it. Because I was thinking of cornmeal. Cornmeal is what I was thinking of. Because I was thinking it was like, okay, cornflowers. Why do they call it? Anyway, I don't know enough about. Look, Captain Coder is a simpleton. This is insane to me that I have this file here called file.sprite font that I have to refer to. Does this bother anyone else? Do I have it called the game font? The word game font appears nowhere in here, but it's game font here. Game font. All right. So it's in the build file here. It's specifically called gamefont.sprite font. And there's also file.sprite. I don't know what's happening in here. This is crazy to me. What happens if I add another file? All right, we're gonna add another edit, add new item. We're gonna add another sprite font. A file with this name already exists. Oh, how annoying is that? All right, so you gotta rename it here. I don't like this at all. Isn't it building the file.sprite font into gamefont.sprite font? I think so. I think that is exactly what's happening, Moon. It's just interesting to me. It's just confusing. It's confusing to me that it didn't rename that file. And there's no way for me to rename it here, edit it here in this tool. It's just, and then I'm assuming if I were to rename the file over here, that it would break things. That's my only assumption. That's the only assumption I can make. Let's do Consolus, because I want that, that retro vibe. Consolus, is that a font that I have? Maybe. I can't tell if anything changed. We'll go with Consolus for now. What happens if the font's not available on someone's system is a question I have. Okay, but we're gonna go with this for now. Devro says they grow alongside cornfields. Remember them from my childhood. Gotcha. Thank you for that info, Devro. Folks, did you know? Devro is also a streamer, folks. An incredible talented 3D artist, game developer. Oh, you got to check out that stream. You got to check out that stream. Give him some love, folks. Deborah, what is the name of the game you're making? I can never remember. Is it a real-time strategy game? Like military real-time strategy? Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be very, very wrong about that. But Deborah, incredible streamer, folks. Give him some love. Go check him out. And thank you so much for being here, Deborah. We love having you. We love having you on this beautiful morning. Maybe John says you can change the font by editing the sprite font file before compilation from Stack Overflow. You can change the font by editing the sprite font file. Yeah, I know I can change this font. I'm annoyed that this file name, I don't know how to change this file name because this file name is terrible. I want to change this file name without breaking anything. Tactical real-time strategy, yes. It doesn't have a name yet. For now, I go with the project name, which is Tank Crew Defense, or TCD. TCD that rolls off the tongue. Tank Crew Defense. I like it. I like it. Thanks for the heads up. Thank you for sharing. Change it from file.sprite font to what you want, then go to the content entity and change it in the build options. So Muniz, you're suggesting I modify this here. So this would be my game font, like that. And then you're saying, then go into the end and change it in the build options. And then you're suggesting that I manually edit this file. That I manually edit this file here. Game. See, I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to manually edit this file if this file is supposed to be managed by this program here. That would be a complaint I would have about that. Is I shouldn't have to, I shouldn't have to manually edit this file. Because that feels like a way to corrupt it. That feels like an easy way to corrupt it. That did fix it, supposedly. So I understand that, yes, if I go in and I modify that, I could probably do that. That feels dumb. That feels dumb to me. This is me essentially evaluating rename here. So what if I decide like, oh, Consolas font. And then save. It doesn't, like, it really just doesn't want to rename that file. They should handle that for you. Build succeeded. Yeah, I'm really disliking that. It renames the output, not the input. I understand, Muniz, I am saying I understand that. Why is there no way for me to modify the input file name from this tool? That is all I'm saying. Especially if there's a way for me to make the input file from this tool. Len says, fresh bean water, shepherd's pie in the last hour of my shift. A winning combination. Well, you're almost there, my friend. You're almost there, and we're glad you're spending this time with us. It's just an annoyance. It's just an annoyance that I am having here, that I wish there doesn't seem to be any way to do it from this tool. Yeah. Most things are wonky in different areas. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just wanting to understand. So this is me trying to learn the tool to understand it a little bit better. Open containing directory. So we can open containing directory. I want to see what happens here if I say, all right, I'm going to change this to Consolas font, like this, and then see what happens if I try and build. And it should fail. Couldn't find this file. And that, trying to open it, crashed the program. There was a window that opened up over that said crash program. All right, so I don't know how much I'm gonna like MonoGame. This feels very, oh man, this feels bad. This feels bad. I don't like that at all. Consolas font. Hang on. Let's just close this without saving and reopen this. This should be Consolas font. Consolas font. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this program. We may not use this in my class. This is why I'm saying I wanted to evaluate. If I double click on it now, it doesn't crash. Okay. Draco the Boozler, welcome back, my friend. I think there is a lot of errors. When you say there's a lot of errors, you just mean with MonoGame in general, but welcome aboard, my friend. I'm so happy to have you here. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. Draco the Boozler is back today, and I want to welcome you on this beautiful Monday. Welcome back, Draco the Boozler. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So now this should probably fail. School and Ramadan really taking my time. Gotcha. Well, I'm so happy you're spending that time here with us, my friend. It's happy to see you on this beautiful Monday. And I'm hoping this will crash and not just silently succeed. That's crazy. Nothing popped up here. I didn't get any error messages, but the error, I'm pretty sure, is that this needs to be Consolas font. I'm pretty sure that's why nothing opened. Let's see if that fixes it. Yes. Okay. I think I'm not going to like MonoGame, but I'm gonna keep going just for a little bit to see how I feel about it. Then we might try and find some alternatives. The silently failing there was not cool. Not cool. So if I just put banana here, banana, and I do a .NET run, I get no errors and no window pops up. It just silently dies. It just silently dies. I do not like that at all. Okay. Because that is just one of these things like, okay, well, my program doesn't open. It's okay. Well, what do we have to do? How do we even know where to start debugging that issue? Okay, but anyway, we got some test text on the screen. Okay, folks, that was my other main goal here. Add an image to the screen. Oh, add text to the screen, add an image to the screen. So we got some text to the screen, folks. And for being here to witness, again, this moment, I know adding text to the screen, it doesn't seem like this big monumental thing, but I wanted to create some simple goals, see if we can get them done today. 50 points to all of you for being here to witness this momentous occasion, folks. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot, but where is that log? Where is it? I see nothing here. Maybe in the bin folder, let's go to our MonoSweeper bin. Like where is it? I see no log here. Is it going into like my run times when, you know, I would expect, yeah, there's probably a lot. You're probably right, Mooniz. It's probably somewhere. I would expect a failure to produce something in the console, not just silently die. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, I see no log anywhere in the local folder. So it might be pushed somewhere and maybe not at all. But yes, we did finish that, getting some text on the screen, which was nice. Lance says, to quote Quill18, you want your programs to explode as loudly as possible. I agree. You want your programs to fail fast and fail fast and know when they're dying. Silent dying. I remember MonoGame be a thing 15 years ago, and they got something going with it. Oh, I'm sure I can get something going with it. I'm just not sure it's something that I'm gonna enjoy at this point. I'm already have. So let me try. I'm trying to give it a fair shake. For what it is worth. I really thought I was gonna dislike Unity as well. I really thought I was going to dislike Unity because in the past I had all these previous experience with it being kind of all these anti-patterns and horrible, and then I really liked it. So I'm trying to give it a I'm trying to give it at least a little bit of a fair shake here. Draco Blues also votes started on which topic I want in school. I picked IT, so I hope I get it. Good luck, my friend. I hope you get it too. If that's what you want. Also, folks, in case you missed it, I'm gonna go on break here in a second. I gotta get some more bean water before we start this next segment here. Because we've been going for almost 75 minutes. I think this is going to be a good time to take a quick break. I am out of bean water. I gotta drink some more regular water here. Drink some more regular water. That said, folks, if you didn't know, we're doing a giveaway this week, folks. We are giving away an official Captain Coder. I don't know if official is the right word, but this beautiful, beautiful Captain Coder tumbler, folks. Check it out. Look at this beautiful laser engraved Captain Coder, this orange tumbler. This tumbler could be yours. We're doing a giveaway, folks. We're going to be doing a giveaway this week on the Discord. All you got to do, hop on the Discord and give this a react in the giveaways. All you got to do is give it a react. Give it a little react here, and you will be entered to win this beautiful tumbler. We are going to select a winner here on Saturday, folks. So all week long, make sure you get that. Make sure you get that like in there. Well, I don't know if I call it a like, but give it in that react so you have a chance to win this beautiful Captain Coder tumbler, folks. That said, I'm gonna hop on. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna hop off here for a second. I'm gonna get myself some more bean water, chug some regular water, and then refill that cup here. And then when we get back, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do some stretching, folks. So get yourself ready to do some stretchage. And you know what? You know, the Captain Coder loves you. You should love you. Only one react. You don't have to react to all the icons. One react will get you entered. You can only enter once. But feel free to react to as many icons as you want. Each icon, you only get entered once. Any reaction, you get entered once. If you want to react with an icon that's not here, boom. Let's say Super React doesn't do anything special, but say you want to, say MonoGame. Boom, you can say there's some icons here that you want to see that you don't see. Just react with whatever you'd like. One react. Don't get multiple entries. One entry per person. But we're gonna be giving this tumbler away on Saturday, folks. So be sure to get that reaction in. All right, we're gonna be back. Get your bear with me. Get your dog, get your cat, get your goldfish, get them all in the room. When we get back, we're gonna do some stretch. We're gonna take care of our body, folks. The captain shall return. All right, folks, the captain's back. I got myself a nice, delicious cup of dark fuel. I got myself a nice, refreshing bottle of water. And we're gonna hop back into, not hop back into coding just yet. I can't talk real quick, folks. We're gonna get on up because we gotta take care of ourselves. You in the back, pay attention. The captain loves you. That's right. Pay attention. The captain loves you, which means you should love you. And if you love you, you should love your body. And if you love your body, you got to take care of your body. And you know what's one way to take care of everybody? Got to get in some good stretches, folks. Get in some good stretches. So get on up with the captain, and we're gonna do some stretches. We're gonna do some stretches real quick, everybody. Everybody, listen. We're gonna do some stretches. Take a deep breath. Reach up to the sky, get up on those tippy tops, reach up as high as you can. Reach up as high as you can, touch the ceiling, and just stretch it out here. Hold this for 15 seconds, folks. Get a nice stretch out, engage that core. Gee, thank you so much for reminding me to reset my break. I'm gonna forget, but I promise I'll try not to. I'm gonna forget, I know it already. Oh yeah, Lance says, I was going to bring the goldfish, but he let me know he was already finished his workout. My second choice was the cat, but she decided to pause her workout for the day. As excuses go, it's a bit of a stretch. Good one, Lance. All right, everyone, deep breath. As you exhale, slowly roll down, hinge at the hips, hinge at the waist, and hang, folks. See if you can touch the floor. If you can touch the floor, awesome. If you can't, that's okay. The captain can't touch the floor again. I had gone to where I was all limbered out and stretchable, and then I took a little bit of a break. I got sick, so I didn't stretch for about a week and a half, essentially. Just hang here, folks. Don't try and arch your back to the ground. Instead, focus on hinging and get that lower back stretch. Doesn't it feel lovely? Don't lock the knees. You don't want to cut off that blood flow to your body here. In a moment here, we're going to breathe in for 4 counts and slowly roll up. Here we go, and in. Bring those shoulders up, back, and down. Nameless Coder, it's so nice to see you. So nice to see you. We're going to do a shoulder roll here and back. 2, 3, 4 with the elbows. 2, 3. Oh yeah, felt the pop. 4, full on. 2, 3, 4. Bring it forward. 2, 3, 4 with the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arm. 2, 3, 4. Angel Bear, yes, I have a pretty sweet game collection here. This isn't even all of them. I just don't have enough space in here. You can see I'm running out over there on the, I got stacks of board games. I don't have enough shelf space for all my board games. I'm in the way of the board games over here. But I got board games going everywhere. I love me some board games. We getting some stretching in, Grumpy Game Dev. Because the captain loves you. The captain loves you. And that means you should love you. And if you love you, got to take care of your body. You got to prevent those repeated stress injuries. If you're like me, you're hunched over your computer like a troll. Like I am a cave troll. I'm a coding troll. Maybe you're an internet troll. Who knows? But we got to take care of ourselves. Nameless Coder, do you play all of them still? I haven't played. The answer is I want to. I've played almost all these. There's a couple that aren't open that I've played, but I just wanted to own. Yes, but we got one more stretch to do, folks. We're gonna do some quad stretches. Get some quad stretches in. Get that leg up if you can. It's okay if you don't. Remember, Game Devs, how often does Twilight Imperium see the light of day? I love Twilight Imperium. I used to play it when I lived on the East Coast. I used to play it a lot more. I haven't played it since I moved, so it's been a couple years. That game does take many hours to play. I wish I got to play it more often. The stretch feels good. We're gonna hold this for 15 more seconds, folks. If you can, hopefully you can stretch this part out. If you can't stretch it out, that's okay. Draco the Boozler says, do you just play board games, but do you also play video games? I play video games less. During the summer, I play a lot more.
I just don't have enough time. If I play video games, I don't have time for board games. And if I play too many board games and video games, I don't have time for teaching. Oh, let's go and switch legs here. Get the other leg up if you can. Maybe you got a different stretch you want to do. Maybe you want to stretch out those wrists. Maybe you want to stretch that neck. Oh, just get a nice stretch and get that blood flowing, because you don't want to be sitting around all day letting that blood stagnate. If I could, I used to when I was younger. I wanted to just own a game store so I could play games all day. But I think that would not be as, I don't think I'd be as satisfied and happy as a game store owner. Just because as a teacher, I get so much satisfaction out of sharing my knowledge. It's something I just love doing. Before I was a teacher, I was not as happy at all. I was in a rough place as a software engineer. It was just too frustrating. Oh, but yeah, local games are, ooh. Yeah, exactly, Grumpy Game Dev. I don't think I'd actually play nearly as much, but I love board games. I love board games. Do you sometimes get angry at your students? I don't know if I've ever been angry with a student. It's a good question. Not typically. I can't think of a time I've been angry with a student. I've been really sad sometimes. There's been times that students have made me sad or disappointed, might be a better word. I don't think I've ever been angry with a student. I don't get angry that often in general, though. I'm trying to think, like, has a student actually angered me? And I don't think so. I don't think I've actually been angered by a student. That's a really interesting question that I might have to think on. I can't remember a time being really angry with a student. More, let's see. I have had students use ChatGPT to do some not so nice things, and that was something that was like a surprise to me. So I don't want to go into too many details on it, but I had a student who was using ChatGPT to do essentially review other people's work, which was a really interesting and weird way to use it, and felt really not nice. So they were using ChatGPT to critique someone else's code. And to me, it was really obvious that it wasn't them writing it, because the types of critiques that they were talking about wasn't. So I think they were doing so at my school, we actually have a class about using ChatGPT to like do interesting things. So there's a teacher here who's an AI specialist who teaches some classes where they use ChatGPT to do a bunch of really interesting things and explore it. But that has caused students to use ChatGPT in like some. It seemed, I don't know how to explain it, but like when I talked to the student, they said, yeah, I probably really shouldn't have done it that way. It was just like I was really curious if I could get it to do it. And so that was something where it felt really dishonest. And I've told students before, so for example, I taught a class I called Intro to Competitive Programming. And I told students if they wanted to, they could use ChatGPT to solve the puzzles. But they had to just like tell me that they're using ChatGPT, and then the coding wasn't necessarily the results of ChatGPT, but the code that they had to submit was what were the prompts that you gave ChatGPT to solve it. And so that was like an interesting thing there. But yeah, using ChatGPT, I think, in an academic setting is really interesting. Yeah, but ChatGPT, I think students don't realize how obvious it is, how obvious it is when they use ChatGPT, because they go, oh wow, this thing came up with some really like cool solution or this or that. It's really obvious. I've had students, if a student tells me they used it, I don't mind. It's when they try and use it to and I haven't had this issue often. It really isn't something that happens a lot. It was just like an interesting situation. Anyway, I got a little distracted. Let's reset the break timer here. Folks, for joining me in that stretch, I'm going to give everyone here, because I know all of you stretch. I know you're taking care of yourself. You know you love yourself. I know you loving yourself. 50 points to all of you. Thank you so much for that. That said, folks, we have a very special guest with us right now. The Grumpy Game Dev, folks, incredible streamer, you know, if you want to watch someone do development and tell you to get off their lawn, the Grumpy Game Dev is the place to go. But it's a fun place to go. I've been enjoying your stream very much, Grumpy Game Dev. That said, I've been sleeping in a little bit too long, and I keep missing it. I wake up and I have a notification that says Grumpy Game Dev. I come go watch, and you were already gone this morning. And I was a little bit sad, but I have really enjoyed your stream in the past. I'm hoping to catch it a couple in the future once my sleep schedule sort of regulates itself a little bit more. That's right, the Grumpy Game Dev. If you know, the adage says, you snooze, you lose. That's right. I snoozed and I loosed. Draco, what did Draco say here? Free points for no stretch. I can't stretch right now. That's okay. You can't always stretch. You can't always stretch. G says, I know people who can use calculator for doing things like 32 plus 18. That's true. Isn't that 3218? That's right. That's right, Draco. Nerd Waffle says, I don't have points for some reason. Let's check. Nerd Waffle, if I give you 50 points, you have 1,180 points, Nerd Waffle. So many points. Oh, you're saying down on the channel page. Yeah, I'm not a Twitch affiliate. So I don't have like Twitch points. I have their Stream Elements points. Which isn't quite the same thing, but I'm not a Twitch affiliate. I don't want there to be ads on my Twitch. I really dislike the ads that Twitch plays. That said, I do give Twitch quite a bit of money through bits and subscribing to other people. So I don't feel too bad about not having ads on mine to like support Twitch, so to speak. I'm not an affiliate because I don't want the ads on mine. If there was a way to be an affiliate and not have any ads, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. That would not be a problem. It's the ads that bother me about that. Draco says the affiliates are also a better target for scam bots. Interesting. I do get scam bots here. Not all the time, but it's happened probably a handful of times. That said, Angel Bear, I'm so glad you're here with us today on this beautiful day. I know you said hello a little bit ago, but it said you're the first time chatter. I know I've seen you on Discord, and I feel like you followed a long time ago, so I was surprised to see that you're a first time chatter because I recognize the name. But thank you so much for popping in. I'm glad you enjoyed the board game collection. In fact, folks, we do have a little shop. We do have a little shop here. Little Stream Element shop where you can spend those points. You can spend those points on some silly little things here, but here's what you can get. If you gain some points, you can get some stuff. 3,000 points, I'll show you a board game. I'll show off a board game. Just pick one. I'll show off a board game. I got plenty to show off. You can also use some of my little artistic things if you want to, let me know something seems good. If you think something seems good, seems good. Just let me know that something seems good.
You in the
folks.
back. Pay attention.
That's right. You can tell people to pay attention. I can sing you an AI generated song. I can sing you a song that I made up. I'll serenade you. I'll try. I think the made up songs, the AI generated songs tend to be pretty good. We got the C# and .NET Ultimate Bundle, which hasn't been redeemed, which blows my mind. I made it too expensive apparently. And then I'll read you an AI generated story. So we got quite a few things going on here. Angel Bear says, I just finished my stream and tried to raid you, but I couldn't, so I just popped on over. That's weird. Someone else was telling me they couldn't raid me. I wonder what's going on what the heck is the deal with that? Angel Bear, am I following you? I didn't know you were a streamer. We're gonna click that follow button. Folks, give Angel Bear some love. What were you streaming, Angel Bear? Angel Bear, what do you stream? Why won't it let me unclick you? I can't unclick you. I can't unclick the Angel Bear. That's what, there it goes. Just started 3 days ago. Let's give you a shout out. I don't know what you stream. Folks, I haven't seen Angel Bear stream, but Angel Bear, I'm so glad you're here, folks. Give Angel Bear some love. Check her out. Let's see. Lobster Kovic says, hi, chat. Lobster, it's so nice to see you. I'm happy to be back. It was horrible being sick. I missed so much. Having you. Your settings don't allow us to raid you. That's so weird. I did get raided by someone. Maybe I don't know. There was a, have you followed Cap yet then? Because I can see a raid button to Cap on my channel. The thing might be that you might have to be following me I had one day, so I did change some setting. I forget what it was, but I did get rated. There was someone, I don't remember who it was, but someone was rating me over and over again, and I think I set it up. I don't remember what to say. I don't remember exactly what I did. That must be what it is. Maybe you have to be following me to rate me. That might be what it is. That's an interesting thing. I don't remember. I remember setting something. I'd have to go double check what it is. Angel Bear just followed me though. Angel Bell, you are now Angel Bell. Angel Bear, you are now part of the crew. And you know what that means? That means you get yourself your very own welcome song. Let's see here. I gotta dig deep. Angel Bear. All right, here we go. Angel Bear, thank you for following me. I'd like to serenade the Angel Bear on this beautiful Monday. Angel Bear, Angel Bear, I would like to thank you today. Angel Bear, welcome to the captain's crew. I am liking you today. Angel Bear, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I'm so happy you're here on this beautiful Monday. Grumpy Game Dev, I'm so sorry I'm making you more grumpy. I'm making you so grumpy, my friend. I apologize. Draco, I'm not sure. That's interesting. I'll have to look into what the settings are. I'll take a look at it. I think I might have said that you have to, I don't know what it is. I have to look. There's some setting for raid minimum viewer count. That might have been it. I might have set the raid minimum to something and said we are unable to raid the captain at this time. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I remember there was someone rating me over and over and over. And so I did click some setting to prevent that from happening. Let me see if I can find it. I had only one viewer at the time, so that could also be what happened. I might have set like a minimum viewer or something on it. I'll look into it. I don't remember exactly what it is. But thank you so much for the thought. Thank you so much for the thought on rating me. One viewer is more than I have. Here, let's see here. I'm looking real quick. See if there's a simple stream. Where is it? Where would I find such a setting? I do have it set. Minimum number of viewers 3. Okay, so can I turn this off? Raids. Minimum number of viewers. Let's go. Let's set that back to 0. All right, folks. Failed to save settings. Try again. Okay. All right. So anyway, I think that was the setting. There was a thing that said I had set the minimum number of viewers to 3. I think that must have been what it was. Is I had someone who was like basically leaving the channel and then starting their stream and raiding, and then starting their stream and raiding. So I was getting a raid like every 30 seconds. There we go. So I think I fixed it. What value do I get with this horrible set of nonsense? Draco, the answer is don't do that. Don't do that. You get raid griefer. Yeah, I had a raid griefer. It was a very, very strange experience. Draco, I'm gonna just suggest that you don't. That said, I'm so sorry that you couldn't raid me, Angel Bear. I'm so glad you're here though. I'm happy to have you folks. Give Angel Bear some love. We're gonna go check out your stream at some point. I'd love to check it out. Folks, did you know on the Discord, I know, and I should get back to streaming here, but on my Discord, there's a spot for you. Don't forget, you could get this mug. You could get, not this mug, this tumbler, this beautiful Captain Coder laser engraved tumbler. Over on the Discord though, I would love, where is it? There's a channel, streamer info. Post your streaming information here. I love to know who's a streamer here on my Discord, because this lets me know, remember, because I don't always know who to shout out. But if you're a streamer, put yourself in this section and I will do my best to be able to remember to shout you out anytime I see you, because that's what this community is all about. It's about growing and coding and being the best you can be in this community. Grumpy says, remember, the stream is the product. The stream is the product. Ooh, that's an interesting thought. What am I selling? I'm selling myself. I'm not even selling anything, really. Really, I'm not selling anything. I'm just here to have a good time, folks. I'm here for a good time. I'm here for a good time. Angel Bear, I shall add my name to your streamer roster. Beautiful, Angel Bear, thank you. I don't know why I'm having trouble talking today. I'm having a lot of trouble talking today. I keep saying my R's. You selling yourself. I'm sharing, let me say, I'm sharing myself with you. I'm sharing myself. Okay, so what are we trying to do? Mostly I pedal a co-work stream. A co-work stream. I enjoy your stream very much, Grumpy. I usually am working out in the morning, and so I'm usually exercising while watching your stream. Add button. Okay, I want to get a button that I can click. That's the idea here. I want to get a button I can click. So, what the heck are we doing, you might be asking? Well, we made ourselves... Grumpy, I got this the terminal version of MineSweeper came out fabulous. Sir Black Soul, you are newly using a animated journey for your stream notification. Yes, I thought that would be a fun little thing on my live stream info every day. We'll see. This is the I typed into Leonardo AI. Well, what's the name? It was like angry guy losing at MineSweeper, and this is the image it generated for us. Yeah, it gave me the teeth there is a little bit disturbing. Figlets for the win, but yeah, we made this. We got MineSweeper working in the terminal, folks. So this came out really, really nice. I really am like Grumpy Game Dev. Thank you so much for the recommendation on Spectre, because it's cool. Yeah, we got a terminal MineSweeper here. Oh, we got two there. Boom! When you die, you get the boom. All right, and then there's 3 difficulties, 1, 2, and 3. We can restart it here. Yeah, Spectre console library. So Spectre C#, Spectre C# console. This is a little library for drawing widgets. Really, really nice little library here. I loved it. This is great. I'm gonna have my students use it. They're gonna be implementing a version of this. Let's see if we can finish this so we can get the windscreen's not that interesting, but I just want to show off my sweeping abilities. I'm such a sweeper here. All right, so there must be one here, which means this. There must be one here. Let's see if we can get this finished here. We got ASCII sweeper. Yeah, I'm calling it console sweeper. Can you use it for other languages or just C#? I think it's a .NET library. I think it's just a I could be wrong. You should be able to use it with F# since you can add it as a package here. Any .NET language, essentially, it should be relatively easy to get working in any .NET based language or environment here. All right, here we go. There must be one here, which means there must be one here. Oh no, I'm gonna end up in a gross spot here where I have. Okay, there we go. Boom, I want it. Be weird to use in F# because it rather imperative of a library. Yeah, it's a pretty imperative library, but I could see you writing a functional reactive wrapper for it. Not maybe you, but I could see someone, not even me, but I could see a functional reactive wrapper for it. They do have this live. I want to learn how to use this live display thing. 'Cause you see how it I don't know if you guys can see it flickering, but they do have this live display, which will allow it to refresh what I think will keep it from flickering, because right now it redraws the screen every time I do anything. The flickering's super annoying to me. But I think if I look into how to use this live display, I believe I could get rid of that flicker. So that's my only complaint about it. But I do think it is relatively easy to use and to make very what I'd call this a really quite nice little terminal interface. A terminal user interface. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Again, folks, the source code's available online. I don't have a command for it yet. All right, so we wrote MineSweeper once. We wrote the headless MineSweeper, then we wrote the console MineSweeper. Now we're trying to write the MonoGame version of MineSweeper, and I'm finding that I'm not a big fan of MonoGame yet. It's a little bit, the silent failure was a little bit annoying. Some of the things have just been a little bit off to me, off-putting, a little bit off-putting on some of this stuff. Their little management tool here. Okay, anyway, whew. Deep breath, focus. All right, so we added text, we added an image. Can we add a button to the screen? Specifically that you can click, not just a button, but I want to add something that I can click on here on the screen. So for MineSweeper, I want to be able to click something. So let's take a look here at the API. I don't bother with the content doohickey in MG. Yeah, so this is like what their tutorial thing. I don't like this at all. So let me add, Grumpy, since you've used it, can I just not, is there a way for it to just load stuff without it being in this, this thing? So for example, getting a new sprite, this is interesting because we have, you know, can load texture and sound text just from files. So I can just specify a file. So I can just, if I didn't have it there, could I just do ball.png and just give it a like a path to that file, and that would work? This is interesting. All right, I'm curious. Does it have to be in the content folder? Does it have to be in the content folder? Is it mono kind of dead? I don't know. So it was updated on January 22nd. MonoGame GitHub. The last update was January 22nd. So it looked relatively, not necessarily up to date, but relatively not dead from this commit timestamp here. That said, I don't know. Sir Black Soul, I just learned about MonoGame. I'm looking for something lightweight that I can use with my students to create very simple things. It does not have to be in that folder. Okay. But I'm assuming it's relative to where the program is running. Is that true? So my guess is like when it does this build, it puts all this stuff over here. Godot is a tiny portable binary. I know, so Godot, I shouldn't say Godot, I should say Godot. So this is one of the reasons I want to look into Godot a little bit. The downside with Godot is, from what I understand, the C# stuff in it is pretty messy still. That said, I haven't done anything with Godot. You don't want to have it nearby. Yeah, so I'm just curious with, this is me just rambling. Make your PNG content in the VC proj. I don't know what a VC proj is, just so you know. But mine is a CS proj. So we'd have to have it like move the CS proj over. Godot is what I meant. I know I've said Godot for years. So I'd have to specify where it is here and move it over. Gotcha. Okay. So there's like, there's these usability things that I got to think about with my students, like what's going to be easy for them. How much do I have to teach them to use this tool? How much do they have to understand the build process? That they actually do understand the compilation process pretty well because I've been forcing them. I've been forcing them to use it. So I am on Grumpy Game Dev. I do have a constraint that I can't use VS Code. In VS Code, you'd have to do the XML. Yeah, I cannot. I guess I could use Visual Studio. With my students are cross-platform. Our school has chosen to use Visual Studio Code specifically for our code editing because we teach a lot of different coding classes. So this is a constraint I have. That said, everything can essentially be done from so my students have learned, one of the things I like is the students have actually learned quite a bit of console and terminal stuff because we use Visual Studio Code, and so they can't just click the play button. I guess they could, but we've set it up. There's a bunch of configuration. I've had them using the terminal. Okay, I'm rambling here. I want to get mouse input. Here. So I'm curious if there's a mouse.getState. There is. Look at that. Mouse.getState returns a mouse state. Mouse state. And I'm curious though if there's a built-in button state. Let me make you in a moment. Give me a VIP, the Grumpy Game Dev. You're a VIP here, so yes, you are clear to post links. Please do. Thank you for asking, Grumpy Game Dev. I would have forgotten to, I would not, we'll call this mouse state. Mouse state. All right, what features does a mouse state have? Is this a struct? This is a bad struct. Look at, there's way too much stuff in this to be a struct, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. People don't follow the standards here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this struct should be tiny. Struct should be tiny. Maybe this isn't too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 fields. How, you know, how big should a struct be? Less than 16 bytes. That's what I thought. Performance rule of thumb, less than 16 bytes is sort of what I thought. It deserves to be a class instead of a struct. Well, I don't know. So like there's some part of me that's like, well, yeah, but no. This, depending on how these are implemented, like under the hood, this might compile down to something very, very small. Grumpy Game Dev, this is a VV proj, but the same idea applies. Look near the middle of the file. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this, Grumpy Game Dev. I appreciate you so much. Grumpy Game Dev, you've been invaluable on this journey here. Another 50 points to you. You've been so invaluable on this MineSweeper journey. Gotcha. So we just add in here, item group, remove, where is it? Preserve copy here. Yeah. These copy things is exactly right. Preserve, what am I looking at? I've done stuff like this before too in my builds here. The question is, do I want my students to have to modify this? Mr. Natural says, have a great daytime to get out of the house. Enjoy your time out of the house, Mr. Natural. Oh yeah. Have yourself a beautiful day as always. You are welcome back anytime. Hope to see you soon. Yes, doing this is essentially, I believe there may be a CLI way to adding things in there as well. I've never looked into that, but it might be worth having my students take a look at doing this. They are probably going to be doing it anyway, on some of these projects anyway, because I'm starting to teach them about how this file works. Where did it go? So for example, in the core MineSweeper, I'm starting to teach them about .NET Standard 2.1, in which we can do this with command line arguments, and we do it with command line arguments, but I've been showing them, I haven't showed them yet, but I'm planning to show them, hey, you can specify a target framework, but use the latest language features. So there's ways to do this. Because we are going to start doing stuff with console and making DLLs and libraries and being able to use stuff in a variety of places. Desired State says, imagine if every classroom had a teacher like this, the world would be a far different place. Yeah, so I do think there's a lot of very passionate teachers. I don't think that they exist all that much in the computer science space, unfortunately. I do think that there are that's not true. I think there's a lot of passionate teachers in the computer science space. I don't think there's that many people who have done software engineering, have been super into like the programming environment, programming as long as I have, that also want to do curriculum development. And so I'm super into curriculum development and how do we teach something well. And so unfortunately we don't get a lot of those just because unfortunately teachers in our society tend to be undervalued. And I made a lot more, what I'll say is I made a lot more money as a software engineer than I do as a teacher. That said, I love teaching. I get paid so much in cool. I tell people, like, as a teacher, you get paid in cool. At least you can. Some teachers get treated very, very poorly in many places as well. I'm very, very lucky to have the job I have, and I'm very, very grateful. All right, so my question is, are there any built-in buttons? It looks like I'm probably gonna have to write my own button class. Grumpy Game Dev, thank you so much for sharing this with me. This is great to see. I'm gonna bookmark this because I'm gonna have to come back to it later. Much appreciated here. Okay. No buttons in there. MG is pretty level. That's what see. That's what I like though. I really like that. So we're gonna have to implement our own button class, and I think that will be fun for my students to do. I was gonna do a quick search in here for button just to make sure. Hey, look, button, XNA framework, buttons. There is a button. Oh, this is not what I thought. This is not the button. Exactly, Grumpy Game Dev, and that's something that I wanted. I wanted people. Those are buttons on a gamepad. Apparently, XNA is definitely dead. Yes, I know XNA is dead. So we're in an interesting place because this uses all the XNA stuff. So I might have to find myself a different library. Godot feels like it might be the way to go. So we'll think. Desired state. Every time I see your name, I want to say Des1 Red State, my friend. I'm so sorry. That's what my brain sees. Desired state. I think teaching needs to be restructured as an industry. Needs to be a viable move for good engineers to jump ship. It's interesting. Yeah, so I have interesting opinions. I'm not going to go into them too deep. Why don't you try XAML? Draco the Boozler, XAML. So I looked into doing Maui. I looked into doing Maui, C#, which is like their new one. And this was just so heavyweight. Why not use DirectX directly? Good question. Maybe it's a little different here. I'm talking about the UK. Gotcha. Maybe it's a little different here. But I just don't want to get too distracted off topic. I have lots and lots of opinions about education that I'd love to chat with. Maybe not on this stream though. Maybe not on the stream. Well, JLE, it is then. So many languages. You just making some of these up now. Correct. I like to teach, but the schools I've only wanted to teach Java and C# and OOP, and that's definitely not me. So the reason Java is so at high school level, Java is the AP exam. So if you want to do the college, if you're in a high school going into college, the exam is a Java specific exam, and I actually hate the exam. It's terrible. It's not too terrible, but it's so specific to Java that so you have to teach Java if you're teaching a high school computer science curriculum. You don't have to, but if you want students to be able to take the exam, you have to. You don't need mail. You can also use WPF. I can't do it because my students are cross-platform. It needs to be cross-platform. So I have the constraints of I have students using Windows, Mac, and Linux. I have students using all three of those, so it has to be cross-platform. So WPF doesn't work. The reason MonoGame, I want it to be easy to install, easy to use, and lightweight. So there's like all these conflicting constraints here. And MonoGame seemed really easy to just get a window to pop up and do something. So I think MonoGame might be what I'm gonna use. I'd rather teach them programming, G says. WPF draws its own controls and does not use built-in Win32 GUI components. The user interface is typically defined in XAML and XML language. WPF even went cross-platform in a sense when Microsoft introduced Silverlight, cut down WPF for embedding in web pages, then later for Windows phones. Your other option works for all three is to bring in SDL. I was thinking about that too, SDL too. I've used it in C, so that was a thought I had as well. G says, I also teach people Japanese nowadays, but that's not programming. Ooh, I've been wanting to learn Japanese for many years. WPF is drawn in DirectX, Sir Black Soul says. Yeah, so you guys know, I'm very new to C# and .NET. I've only really been using .NET stuff for less than 2 years. I've only seriously been looking at it for the last year and have sort of like played with it a little bit before that. But I tell people I've been using it for about 20 months, what I tell people. I've been using it for less than 2 years. Desired State says Python is great language for teaching concepts in my opinion. Maybe. I'm not a big fan of Python, unfortunately. I like my languages to be statically typed. I have found students going from non-statically typed to statically typed languages struggle with the compiler. And whereas students going from a language that has a compiler to a dynamically typed language like Python, maybe not, you can have like that. Anyway, I have found students going from starting with a statically typed language, students don't have trouble. Students going from Python to a statically, or just Python JavaScript to a statically typed language, they struggle. It's crazy how much they struggle going that direction. The other direction is easy for them. So I like to start with a statically typed language. C# hits a lot of my criteria for getting students started programming with like a top level program where you don't actually have to have like an object. You just start typing stuff and teaching. That's new in .NET 6 or was new in .NET 6. Desired state says types are optional in Python. Yes. So if I taught a Python class, we'd be using a static typer. Angel Bear, good luck with work again, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you for the follow. As always, keep coding, keep growing. Be the best you can be, Angel Bear. And you are welcome back anytime, my friend. Have yourself a beautiful day. So happy to have you here with us. Thanks again. Don't get me wrong. I use Python probably more than any other language in my free time because it's so quick to build these things. It's really, really quick to build some stuff. That said, and I worked at a company where we used Python for years. I worked at a company where I was programming in Python as their like main language for 4 years. I think Python gets abused and really, really poorly. Anyway, Draco wasn't even lurking, but welcome back from your lurk. Even though you weren't really lurking. Just my opinion. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I've been rambling here. We haven't gotten much done here. I added this here, mouse state. I added in mouse state. So I want to get a click. I want to create a MineSweeper button. I'm going to define a class here called a MineSweeper button. New file. Maybe we just create a class called button. And so this is going to be a thing that gets rendered to the screen. And if you click on it, it knows where it is and it knows that you can click on it. And it's going to have like a click. Maybe make an I button first. But no, I'll just do a regular button. Public class button. Maybe I should call it not, but I'm going to call it a sweeper button. I'll just call it button. And we need to have some text on it. Actually, I'm just gonna do a really hard-coded thing called a sweeper button. I'm gonna make it very, very specific to MineSweeper because I don't want to get too crazy abstract because I don't know the framework all that well just yet. We have a new crew member, folks, and unfortunately, I cannot pronounce that name. Let's see if we can toss it into a Google Translate and see if it'll give us back a translation to English. Let's see what it says. Guardian Stone. Ooh, when I put that into Google Translate, it says Guardian Stone. What an incredible name. Is Guardian Stone, is that an okay way to pronounce it? And let me know if that's not true, because I like to welcome you to the crew. And Guardian Stone, is that correct? Is that the correct translation there? What a cool name. And so just so you know, folks, when we get new crew members here, if you haven't been here before, people who know, we're gonna sing you a little song. Guardian Stone, I welcome you to my crew. Guardian Stone, welcome my friend today. Guardian Stone, thank you for following me. Guardian Stone, I'd like to thank you for following me on this day. Welcome, my friend. Guardian Stone, welcome to the crew. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I'm so happy you're here with us on this beautiful day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We are creating this sweeper button here. We're making a little MineSweeper game using MonoGame. We're exploring MonoGame to see if it's a viable option for teaching a little bit about UI stuff. I'm torn on it. I don't like it all that much. We're gonna see if it is. I think it's evening in Korea. If you live there, I think you're right. I'm not sure. Guardian Stone in Drop D by Captain Coder. That's right. Drop D. I think that was the Dorian mode that I was singing in For all you music files out there, that was the Dorian mode, which is a scale that starts on the second scale, on the second note of the major scale. The second note of the major scale. Sweeper button here. So this is gonna have, you can trick ChatGPT into drawing with vector graphics, SVG. Interesting. Public sweeper button. We're gonna give it a number, int number, like this, and then maybe it needs to know its position. I don't know. But there's one little thing on here that we're gonna do, void render. I'm gonna have a little thing here called render, that ideally for every sweeper button, it sort of knows how to render itself on the string. Int number, so we'll give it a position. We'll give it a position as well. Do I have my Captain Coder core here? Public. Ooh, this should maybe be a cell button because the cells need to know about it. Okay. Using CaptainCoder.core. Okay, we do have the Captain Coder core library. It's gonna have a number and a position. Hang on, we'll have a position on it. And then we're gonna have a cell, maybe it'll have a cell. This is interesting. I'm gonna make it have a board. I'll make this thing have a board so it knows the position it is on the board using Captain Coder, not MineSweeper as well. So we have to give this thing a board to this feels a little weird, but we're gonna go with this here because the board lets us observe the state of this button. Draco the Boozer says the prompt I have tried which works is you are Bob Ross and you will now draw with SVG before every response. Add stay in character. Fascinating. Maybe John says, I'm curious if you've been seeing an increase in cheating in your class because of ChatGPT and whatnot. So I talked about it a little bit earlier. I haven't seen that much cheating, but I have seen students using ChatGPT for some like interesting cases. So I was mentioning I had a student who was using ChatGPT. So I have students like look at other people's code and critique it. I had someone use ChatGPT to critique another student's code. We actually have a class at my school in which students learn how to use ChatGPT. And I've told students they can use ChatGPT as long as they tell me they use it. And I call their prompts are their source. So they have to provide the prompt that they use to generate stuff. So it's a prompting class. Yeah, so it's a class where you learn how to write prompts for, I don't teach this class, by the way, it's taught by someone else, but I think it's a really, really cool class. So it's just exploring. What you learn when you start using ChatGPT is it's really easy to tell. Very often it's very easy to tell when someone uses ChatGPT. So most of my students know that if they were using it, you'd be able to tell right away. It's interesting, yeah. So I think people should go use ChatGPT, and then you'll very quickly discover how not good it is. All right, so the sweeper button, the render, I think I'm gonna make render accept a board. So this thing will know what position it is, but we're gonna say, okay, when you draw yourself, find the board, and then we're gonna have a thing that like detects where we click. Cheat GPT, exactly. Desired State says it's cool that you're teaching them the tooling correctly because it ain't going anywhere, and those who don't know how to use it will be at a huge disadvantage in the future. Yeah, so we had a big faculty meeting. We have a small faculty, but we had a faculty meeting where we talked about how do we want to approach this Chat GPT thing, and so we're kind of leaning into it at our school because like you're saying, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be a thing. So the question is, figuring out how to use it well, teaching students how to use it in a way that is moral, and understanding the limitations of it as well. Cheap Ground says, my Chat GPT searches are like this. Function doesn't work, / faulty function. What could be the issue? Yeah, so that is a good way to use it. I've had students use it to refactor stuff, which is cool. I think it has a lot of really interesting features. We've used it to generate, so I teach a class called Coding Interactive Fiction. We've used it to generate like story outlines, or if you get stuck, it's a great tool for like getting unstuck from writing habits. not writing habits, but writer's block. And so there's a lot of really, really useful things in it. Yeah, you asked for refactoring. That's how I got in the observer loophole. Oh, interesting. We're gonna get a public position. This is gonna be position. Make it a well, we don't even, I don't think we'll ever change it. So sweeper button position equals. This is interesting because I don't want to have to loop through all of these to detect whether or not it's been clicked on. But we're going to. Then symbol conjunct position equals position pause. I should call this is a terrible variable name, folks. Terrible. It's not bad. Positon position. Boy, why can't I set this? Positon. Ambiguity between sweeper button dot position and sweeper button dot position. Are you a real error? Are you a rogue fake error? This is not. This is a phantom error. No, it's a phantom error. It builds. All I got, but it's a phantom error. I know I spelled position wrong. This Poisition. This one down here is was a phantom error though. Now my refactor button doesn't want to work. There it goes. Position. No, it's. So I got this whole thing needs to load. It's not loaded yet. But yeah, there was a phantom error there. Somehow it got out of sync with the editor. I was like, this is interesting. I think it's because there's a class called position, and this field, this property is also called position. So I think there's an issue there. That's kind of a bad practice. Also, Cheap Grams, congratulations on your win on the Captain Coder sock away. The Captain Coder sock away. I'll be mailing one of these out to you this week, probably on Friday. That's when I get out. Friday. I'll probably maybe not. I might be doing it on Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, man, congratulations on winning yourself a pair of Captain Coder socks, folks. If you guys didn't know, there is another giveaway in the process. There's another giveaway in the process right now. And so if you get on the Discord, folks, if you get on the Discord, you can join the Discord and enter to win. All you gotta do is click any one of these reaction icons will get you a chance to win this Captain Coder tumbler brought to us by the fabulous MMO. Look at that laser engraved Captain Coder logo there. Isn't that beautiful? Get yourself a Captain Coder tumbler. All you gotta do is click one of those little reactions. We're gonna be raffles, the wrong word. Be doing the giveaway on Saturday, folks. So you have all week to enter. If you change your mind, you can unclick. But why would you change your mind? You know you want a Captain Coder tumbler. Get in there. Get there or be square. All right. So this draw thing is interesting. So I need to get my sprite batch. All right. So this has to take in a sprite batch as well. So it's going to take in a sprite batch. Sprite batch. You're gonna take in a sprite batch and a board to render. Is this the right one? Let's look at sprite batch. This is our XNA sprite batch. Interesting. All right, so now that we have a sprite batch, we can actually draw this thing to the screen. And so there's like some questions I have about how we're gonna actually do it. But we can start off, I think, can I just draw shapes with this? I don't know if I can just draw shapes with this sprite batch. Draw texture 2D. That's interesting. Can I just draw shapes? I kind of want to just draw. Maybe I'll make maybe I'll make some button images. Let's go. All right, we're gonna go to Open Game Art. Open Game Art. We're just gonna steal some, but still is the wrong word. We're gonna use some. These are our open source button images. So we're gonna find some buttons here. Button. All right, we're gonna see if we can find just some nice little looking buttons in here. I love me some Open Game Art, folks. An excellent way to find some art. These buttons might do. These ones look okay. There's a couple different colors on them too. All right, so I'm gonna take this button in here. I'm gonna take this Kenny asset. I love the Kenny asset. They're public domain. Technically, you don't even have to credit Kenny when you use these public domain ones, but I love to anyway. So we're gonna take this and we are going to add these images in here. So let's extract this here. I might actually edit this a little bit in our vector to add numbers into it, just to make it a little bit easier for me rather than drawing the number on it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create the picture themselves. All right, open up Inkscape. Would you open up, please? Would the real Inkscape please open? All right, here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these buttons and I'm gonna adjust them to make the sprites that I want. What's interesting here is it doesn't seem like I have a sprite sheet, but I'm gonna take this button and I'm gonna just use this one for now. I was gonna try and crop it out, but I don't have to because these are vector graphics. So I can just do this, group that in there. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna create a new vector here. I'm gonna paste it over here in this one because I'm gonna use this to create the different buttons that I could have. All right, I'm just gonna put a little number. I'm gonna put the number 0 through 8. I'm gonna put a flag, and then I'm gonna put a bomb. So, I call them bomb. I keep calling them bombs. Really, I should call them mines. But the idea here is I'm gonna just like manually create each of the graphics that I want to use for simplicity. Mine bombs, yeah, they're mine bombs, exactly. I should call this game Bomb Sweeper. Bomb Sweeper. Gee, enjoy your break, my friend. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. As always, it's a pleasure having you. You are welcome back anytime, my friend. Enjoy your day. All right, so let's get just a font on here. We'll do 0, and let's go with a different font. I like the Consolas. There we go. 0, probably don't need a 0 one actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go with, we'll start with 1. Start with 1, and we're gonna make 1 the green. And let's just get that looking nice on the green. Let's give it a little back shadow as well. Control align to the biggest object. We'll align those this way. We'll offset one of them. Offset might have been too much there. Make one black. To give it a little bit, yeah, offset's a little bit too much there. Bring it back 1, 1. Group those together. And then we can put that on there. So we're just gonna make a couple. We're gonna make 8 different entries like this. Group, let's center those like that. I think this needs to be up just a hair here. All right, so this will be our template. We'll copy this. We'll make a 2 version. All right, so come in here with my fonts. I guess it's gonna be a little bit interesting to do all of it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do all of them I'm gonna do all of the text first. So, oops. Do all of the text first. Edit this should be a 2. And then we'll do another one that's a 3. And please let me know if I'm terrible at this stuff. I know I am at this art stuff. I'm not an look, I'm a simpleton. Not an artist. Drift on Aloft says, it's been almost 12 years since I used MonoGame. Has the asset manager got any easier? I kind of remember having to process and compile them into the project. Drift on Aloft. Sorry, that's a tricky name for me for some reason. This is my first time using MonoGame. I don't like it. So I'm evaluating it as an option for my students. It seems to be a very similar process. I don't like their content compilate, like the way you have to manage their content this way. It looks like you don't actually have to use this if you don't want to, but that's sort of their suggested way to do it. And so far, I am not impressed and not a fan. Let me say that. So far, not impressed, not a fan of it so far. but I'm evaluating. I'm a computer science educator. I teach computer science. So I'm seeing if I can find a tool where I want a lightweight tool for my students to use to teach them how to do UI stuff, but I don't want something heavy like Unity. Unity is a little bit too heavy. People have suggested Godot. I haven't used Godot before. I think Godot is going to be too feature rich. I want a batteries not included option. Desired says, I'm an infrastructure guy, Kubernetes automation, but all this game stuff is giving me an idea about creating cool 2D, 3D visualization elements to visualize real world infrastructure. That'd be cool. Draco says, Unreal Engine, the most lightweight engine. Totally try that. Yes, I've heard it's an incredibly lightweight tool. That's right. I've heard it's an incredibly lightweight tool, Draco. Thank you for the suggestion. We'll line the bottoms there. That's a good, funny joke. Chief Graham says, did someone say Singleton turns into a big mean thing? I like SFML. I haven't heard of SFML. SFML C#. Yeah, so I'm probably, it looks like I might be just using SDL2. That's a very green. Yeah, it's a little bit too green. The idea is every letter, every number will be a slightly different color. Might be a good option. It has a .NET. It's when I switched to after MonoGame. I'm looking for, I want something lightweight for doing UI, like very, very simple UI stuff. My students want to make games, essentially. Not all of them, but many of them want to make games. So yeah, I'm not, so far, not impressed with it at all. I'm gonna go ahead and make a 1 over here so that these all have a matching style, actually. And I'll delete this one, and we're gonna just give it a different background in a second. But let's get, ooh, I'm too zoomed in, apparently. We're going to align these on the bottoms, and then we'll distribute them so they're evenly spaced. And we'll change the colors. This green looks a little bit better. That one's terrible. A little bit better. We're just gonna give each one a different color, folks, here, so that we can see what's going on. And I want 8 to be like the horrible red color, like this. Horrible red, not horrible red, just like dark red. I remember using flat red ball. I don't know what that means. Oh, you remember using, is it the same flat red ball that I was just using a second ago, is what you're saying? Let's group these together just for a moment, so that we can get these aligned right. So that I can do this, align them, and then I can offset them by 1 and give them that background. So then I can click down on this one behind here and make it black. There we go. So just give them that nice under shadow. This is how I work, folks. I know it's maybe a little bit dumb, but then we'll group these together individually, like so. And these become our buttons. All right, it's a 2D game engine for C#. Oh, interesting. Not sure if you just tested that. I didn't. Oh, are you referring to the little MonoGame, that the like default tutorial that they have where you make a little a little game there? All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna make a button for each one of these, like so. No, I just got back to the stream. No, I haven't tested much of anything. 2, all right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 8 of these. We'll set this over here. We're gonna align like that. Why didn't this group? I thought I made this a group. Align, and then group. Shimmy over there. Group. Align. All right, we got to bring all of these to the front. Flat red ball is, oh, you already said flat red ball is a game engine. Did you say that? I feel like I'm seeing things multiple times. I'm seeing double. All right, let's get this 3. Come on. Move all these things over here. Sorry, folks. I'm really not an artist. Watching a programmer try and do art must be one of the most frustrating things you can watch. So I apologize Why didn't it let me do that? All right, send you to the back instead. Group that. Is there not a bring to front layer? Move to, why isn't there a bring to front? I swear there used to be a bring to front. Programming is an art. I teach a class called The Art of Programming, which is a class in which you do a bunch of, you write a bunch of, in GIMP, you do some GIMP scripting, and then I want to learn Blender so we can do Blender scripting as well. Why is there 2 4s? Why do I have 2 4s? 1, 2, 3. That's interesting. Why did I? Oh, one of them is the black. Why are these not grouped? I swear I grouped these things together. All right, group. Did I just miss? That one's grouped. That one's grouped. That one's not grouped. Interesting. I'm really bad at this game, guys. I'm really bad at this game. Center, center, center back. Center, center, center back. Center, center, send to back. Center, center, send to back. Center, center, send to back. Okay. What's weird is why is this 2 shadow the opposite direction? These must not have been grouped properly to begin with. All right. Gosh, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. Up, up, and then we'll group, and then we will center, center, group. I did an ungroup. Not what I wanted. Group. These all grouped together. Not grouped together. Group, 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 group. Okay, I got my numbers. Is 8 even possible? 8 means that every surrounding cell has a bomb in it. It is possible. It is possible. 9 is not possible. Okay, so now we're gonna center these like so, and then distribute them like so. Cool. All right, so let's save this real quick. Let me do that. Give me a moment. Bear with me, folks. We've got our, and what's interesting is that these aren't our buttons. This is like after you click it, this is what shows up. So I don't know how I feel about that. Well, we're gonna leave it though. We're gonna leave it though. I gotta find this repository here. Git Captain Coder, and then we're gonna come over to our MonoSweeper. We'll create a folder here. This is in our create a new folder. Art ITC Studios, it's so nice to have you here. Buttons. So we saved that. We're gonna extract it. Having a good stream thus far. I made a little bit of progress. I found out that I'm not a fan. So far, MonoGame has not been impressive to me, which is a little bit disappointing. But ITC, how are you? It's so nice to see you on this beautiful day. How are you? Okay, so I'm wondering if I can I'm curious. All right, so I'm gonna have to export these. Why did this go away? Fill, export. All right, so I want to export each one of these. Do a little bit of an export here to our, I'm gonna have to do this a bunch of times. Let me add this. I always have to do this as a, give me a moment. Bear with me, folks. Grab your bear with me, because I'm boozling my way through this. MonoSweeper. We're gonna be putting this in our MonoSweeper content. Okay, this is gonna be our one button dot PNG. Let me create a folder called buttons. Create new folder, buttons. I'm just gonna call it one.png, like that. Export. Here's the thing that's gonna drive me crazy is every single one of these is gonna force me to, because Inkscape has just like a terrible interface here. When you go to export, I'm gonna have to like re-find this folder every time. Yeah, so when I click on this, it resets it here. So now I have to change this to, okay, so I have it set up a little bit better. We'll export that, export as, okay, did remember, good. Export as. I'm a little bit concerned that the width is 49 by 49. I'm a hope. I don't like that. I should probably make it 48 by 48. But it's doing like the size of it here. That's funny to me though. All right, so we're gonna keep going here. I'm kind of hoping I can specify the width and height directly in the MonoGame draw option. All right, so export as 6. Export as. Welcome to lurk mode, Woomy. Enjoy your stay. At Captain Coder's Academy, we know you have many options. You have many options on Twitch when you lurk. And we appreciate you choosing to lurk here, my friend. It's so nice to have you here. And we're going to call this, I guess I need a couple more. This one needs to be blank. We're going to call this blank. Export. I want one with a little flag on it. So let's find a little flag icon and a bomb icon. Flag icon, flag. Let's see if I can add an icon to our search here. Country flags, interesting. Mini icons. Yeah, so we'll save this. Also public domain, I like that. Show in folder. Go ahead and extract this and see if we can get a flag and then a bomb icon. They probably don't have a bomb icon, but if they do, that would be beautiful. Here. That said, folks, if you're not following ITC, ITC Studios, incredible indie game developer and pixel artist. That beautiful pixel art you've seen on it. Look at these coffee cups. You see those pixel cups, that dark feel, that's bean water and dark feel, folks. Woomy designed those. Woomy created these beautiful animated coffee cups here. Gotta go check her stream out. It's amazing. It's amazing over there. I always have a good time. Fabulous stream. Lots of popcorn, lots of fun. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed, I promise. All right, so we're gonna add a flag here. Add a flag icon in. And then do they have a bomb? Let's see, bomb. B for bomb. Box, they don't have a bomb. All right, so we're gonna search for it, or at least it doesn't look like they have a bomb. You're saying their website design, Draco the Boozler on Open Game Art, it's not bad. It's hard to make a website. It's hard to make a website. It's easy to judge a website, hard to make one. All right, then we'll make this a bomb. Gems. We'll have to remember this one a little bit better. Just to make sure, I'm gonna add a file here. New file, credits.txt. I should have gotten the other ones too. We'll go back, we'll get the other ones just so I have them. It was this one, credits. So I can remember where these all came from. And then the other one was the Kenny, here it is, Kenny. You're welcome, ITC Studios. We love you here. Friend of the channel, friend of all. You're one of the crew, my friend. We love you. Okay, so let's take that bomb icon, hopefully. Where's my folder here? Downloads, extract. Let's see if we can get that bomb icon. Gems. I'm gonna have to open this up in the GIMP and crop it out. Open with GIMP. Just gotta crop it out real quick. All right, so the GIMP is opening here. Watching me work my way through all of this art stuff. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's just, I hope you enjoy it, because I do. Crop out this bomb. It's kind of a high resolution, not high resolution, but pretty detailed little bomb there. Maybe I should do a little bit better job of that, but I'm just going to be adding it into a vector graph. Export as a bomb. Export like that. All right, so now that I have this bomb, I don't know why that window is so massive. We're going to add that in here real quick. Bomb, drop it in. Then we're just gonna scale these things down and center them. I guess I could have paid a little bit more attention to make this centering okay. So we have a blank, we need a bomb, and I should call it a mine. I keep calling it a bomb. It's really a mine. All right, we'll just put that here. Bring you to the front. Center. This is where if I'd cropped it properly, the centering would actually work. I didn't do a proper crop. Yeah, so minor regret there of not doing a proper crop. So now I gotta eyeball it. Good enough. Good enough. We got a bomb, and then I'm gonna make this flag a little bit pixelated and bigger, but we'll zoom this up, and then we will center you here, like that. Turns out centering on these doesn't work very well anyway. Group. Let's export this, and there it goes. It reset my directory, and that is one of the little things I really dislike about Inkscape. Bomb, or we'll call it mine. I keep calling it bomb. It should be mine, and we'll export that. There it goes. And this one's gonna be a flag. Export as flag, and export. Okay. So we have all of those. I think we have to add them to our manifest now. So our content manifest here, edit. Interesting. Okay, so add folder, buttons, select folder, buttons. Okay, so we get all of those added in. And so my idea here is that we can load these all up in the same. So we need to add a static method that has all of the images. So in this sweeper button, I'm going to add in a static load graphics. Public static void load graphics, like this, to be able to load them in. And we're going to have a bunch of methods here. But this is sort of in our load content. We will do this here. It'll be sweeper button.load graphics, like that. And the sweeper button is going to go ahead and load all of these different things in, and we'll have references to them. And maybe I should have like a graphics folder or something like that. But we'll do a public static dictionary. Maybe I'll just make it. Maybe it doesn't need to be public. I don't think. We're gonna do a private static dictionary. I don't know why I decided to put a capital there. This needs to use using system.collections.generic dictionary, and the idea is it's going to be from a string. We're going to do some. Maybe I should do an enum type, but we're going from a string to our texture 2D. There's a texture 3D. Interesting. MonoGame does some 3D stuff apparently. And we'll call this our sprites. And when we load the graphic sprite, it's going to be equal to a new dictionary like this. And then we're going to load each one of these in using this sort of content.load option here. So content.load, and so it's in buttons /1. All right, so inside of our textures here, it's really going to be sprites of 1 is equal to, and I should probably, again, these are some magic numbers that I shouldn't do this, but we're gonna keep going just for a moment here. Content.load doesn't work. Input, where is this located? Content is framework.content. So we're just gonna try doing this import. Nope, not that one. Input. Is content a variable in here? What is content? Where is content coming from? Load content. game.content. Where is this? Is this a variable that's assigned? Game. Oh, it's part of this game object. So this is a variable here. So we have to pass content off here. So we need one of these, a content manager, in as part of our method. So we should have a content manager content. And we'll probably have to import a MonoGame thing here. There we go. So we have a content manager, and this will be content.load. Content. There we go. Lance says, okay, home, safe and sound. Glad to hear you made it, Lance. Welcome home. If you only crop the upper portion of the image, what would that be? A crop top? Exactly. You're exactly right. You are exactly right. It would be a crop top. Exactly. I'm thinking maybe this shouldn't be stringly typed, or if it is, I should have a, all right, so I'm gonna create an enum for this. Public enum sprite, sprite type. This is terrible. Public enum sprite button sweeper button sprite. Okay, and so we're gonna have a 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2. Skip a few. 3, 4. Sir Black Soul says we need a break counter on the screen. I've thought about how to do that. We do have a break in. We've been going for 71 minutes. 71 minutes. Unfortunately, I can't go much longer today. We're gonna go for another 20 minutes, and then that's gonna be the end of the show. We did do a break, stretch break 71 minutes ago. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got blank, bomb, and flag. Those are the different things that we have. Sir Black Soul, I'm so sorry to disappoint. Maybe I should have a stretch redeem. A stretch redeem would probably be a good thing to have. All right, so this is actually gonna go from a button sprite to a texture 2D. So this is our lookup here. Button sprite to a texture 2D, and this will be our button sprite.1. Can I do a static import on this? Maybe I shouldn't do a static import. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blank, bomb, flag. Blank, bomb, flag. Blank, bomb, flag. Okay. Woo! Lance says we could look at setting that up as a stretch goal. Lance, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Lance, for your contributions to the stream, 50 points, my friends. We enjoy having you around. We really do. We really do. We love you. We love you here. All right, so we got all these sprites here. So the idea would be to have, we pull out the sprite that we want to render. We're going to render it at a specific position. Let's create another constant here. So I'm going to create a public const button width is, I'm going to do 48. Public const button height is 48. This needs to be an int. So I'm curious when I go to draw something, if I can specify a width and a height. I do need to get sort of the position. So I'm going to say public vector 2D vector. And this is going to be relative to this position. And what is the vector 2D type? Where's this coming from? This is a texture 2D. Yeah, we're doing everything from the namespace could not be found. Interesting. Because this is saying, oh, it's a vector 2. A vector 2. Gotcha. There it is. Oh, vector 2. Doesn't like that either. XNA framework. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Vector 2, XNA framework, yeah. Vector 2, we're gonna do a, this is just gonna be calculated based off the position. So this is gonna be a new vector 2 and takes in an X and a Y. Okay, so our float value, top, you can see the leaderboard there. Interesting, top points. Fabulous. Lance says, thank you very much, Cap. Always glad to pitch in with the dad joke. Sleepy time for now. Enjoy your rest. Get a good rest. Enjoy yourself. Looking forward to seeing you again next time. Have a beautiful day, Lance. We will catch you next time. So X should be based on the column. Position.call times width, button width. Position.row times button width, button height. Okay. So we are gonna go this way. And so we'll have no padding. So if we had some padding, we might do something else. All right, so we have this vector thing here. We render it. Perfect. All right, can we get this button on the screen in the next 15 minutes? Top offline. Let's see here. Stream elements. Why does stream elements have so many points? I guess it gives itself points for being here. That's fascinating. I guess that would be like the maximum number of points you could have. 113,000 points. Interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. Okay. Let's keep going here. Okay, so I want to do a sprite batch.draw. And we're going to take in the texture to draw. So this is going to be our sprites at our, we need to know more about our position. So we're going to cell examine equals board.examine our position. So this is the position where we're going to get the cell that we want to examine. It's capital P position. And then we'll have some more information about this. For now, I'm just going to render, I guess I'm going to think it says private texture 2D get or look up find sprite. We're going to take in a cell info like this. And then this is just going to do a thing on cell info. So we'll do a return cell info, and really it's cell info dot contents, cell info dot state, cell info dot contents, and then board dot. Oh, we need the board here too. Board. Passing this around is a little bit interesting. Board dot count neighbor mines at our position. Switch. And then we'll say, we're going to do something interesting here. But essentially for now, I'm just going to put in based on, I'm going to put blank, 0. And this is going to return our sprites at of blank like this. You can't have a variable with 2 double blanks. Oh, you can do 2 blanks though, like that. That's interesting. I can't have a variable named blank underscore underscore. Does not exist in this context. That's interesting. Thank you for the points, Sir Black Soul. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you very much. 1 0 1 2. Let's see. This will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 5 6 7 8. What I should have done is actually this, but I'm gonna make this throw an exception. Because we shouldn't be able to get into this specific state here. So we'll have a default exception. This will be 1. This will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I feel like we're so close to having something drawn on the screen. 7, 8. All right, so we have this ability to create a sweeper button and draw it on the screen. Whew, whew. It almost feels like this needs to not be a sweeper button render. Instead, we need a board render, and the board just knows how to draw itself in this way. This feels, but when we, I don't know. I'm feeling like this design is really, really not great. Let's come in here. We're gonna get a board. We're gonna get a board here. So we'll do private board underscore board. And this is gonna be from our Captain Coder MineSweeper. When we construct this thing, we're gonna give ourselves a board equals a new equals new board. Yeah, new board. We'll give it 10 by 10. And then we'll do a, well, just so we can see the difference, we'll do an 8 by 12. So it should be 8 tall, 12 wide. So we can see if our, if you do a square grid, you could sometimes get that messed up from a visual. Board dot add place random mines. We're gonna place 10 random mines in there so we can see it. And we'll leave the top left position empty. Okay, so we'll place 10 random mines. The top left corner will be blank guaranteed. Okay. Whew. We also need to create all of our buttons. So this is why I was going like, oh, I think I don't want to, I need to make a button for each cell here. So I'm gonna private list. We gotta import lists using system.collections.generic here. We're gonna have a list of sweeper buttons. So essentially I'm gonna probably have a sweeper like renderer, and then that will have all the buttons in it, but I'm gonna be lazy real quick just because we're running short on time. We'll call this our buttons for now. And we're gonna just initialize it. Buttons equals new, like this. And then we're gonna do for each position, which Captain Coder core is not imported here either. Using Captain Coder.core. For each position in board.positions, buttons.add new sweeper button position. Okay, so we have all of our buttons. Now, load graphics needs to take in our content. Let me pass that there. Perfect. And then in our draw, we're no longer drawing a ball. Get rid of all this out of the update as well. We are going to have a click thing. And the mouse being, I want to make like the buttons highlight or something when you hover over them. Sprite batch begin. Okay. And then we are going to loop through for each sweeper button in buttons, button.render on our sprite batch and our board. All right, folks, we wrote an awful lot of code there. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Will it even launch for us? Did we add the graphics? We did. One thing I haven't liked about, I'm worried that if I got anything slightly wrong, that it's just not gonna, I'm gonna silently not launch. It's gonna silently not launch potentially. Yeah, silently did not open. And I'm assuming it's because of these are like not the proper setup. What I found, okay, and let me get rid of this render here. What I found was if my name wasn't perfect, and I don't know how to, like, what the path should be. My render's not even doing anything actually. So nothing should show up anyway, but let's do a .NET run. So the file silent fail there is not something I'm okay with. I found that if in your content.load, if the name wasn't correct, it wouldn't load at all. So is it even running somewhere? Okay, so now we have this window open. Didn't silently fail. So the question I have is, how do I get this? How do I refer to this? Is it just one? Or is it, I would assumed it, I would have assumed it was button/1. All right, let's try just 1. That would have been, that was my assumption, is that I would be able to do something like this. It just fails. It just fails. Okay, so I know I could do ball here. So let's see if this works. Okay, so that works. So how do I do I have to click build first? Maybe I had to click build first. All right, let's try buttons/1. I don't remember having to click build before. Yeah, they are. I don't have to put .png. I didn't have to put .png for the ball. So this is something that I'm just hating about MonoGame, is this silent failure. Okay, it seems to be working now. That silent failure, I'm not okay with. That is super, super annoying. So I'm likely going to not use MonoGame with my students for that reason, because it's just horrific to debug when you have a silent failure like that. See, I got another silent failure. Another silent failure, and I don't know which one of these is not working. Now I got to go through and like do one at a time. Well, this is building though. We got a new crew member, folks. We got a new member of the crew. Piles of fun gaming. Piles of fun gaming. Piles of fun gaming has followed me today. Yes, we have piles of fun and we're gaming a lot. I'd like to welcome you to the crew, my friend. Well, because we've got piles of fun gaming. Piles of fun gaming. Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm so happy you are here with us. Welcome to the crew. Deborah says, I'm gonna go some grocery shopping. Catch you next time. Have a beautiful day, Deborah. As always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. Drift on Aloft. I've done it again. I've called it bomb instead of mine. And so the question is, did I call it bomb or mine in my content? I call it bomb or mine in my content. Buttons, I called it mine. All right, so that's likely, but that silent failure is terrible. It doesn't give me any information about why it didn't work. Maybe it's a log. There's, like Moonus said, maybe there's a log file somewhere, but that's not helpful when I click run and there's no log file right here to help me. I hate that. I'm hating that. Yeah, so not in a friendly experience. All right, so that loaded. We got our window here. Okay. All right. So now the question is, can I get this to actually draw on the screen in this way? We're gonna keep going, but I am not happy with this in general. So the texture 2D is gonna be a fine sprite, and really I could do this sprite or texture 2D texture, and we're gonna just find sprite. Like that's fine. Sprite. I'm gonna find the sprite. Drift on Aloft for your contributions, my friend. I appreciate you catching that bug for me. 50 points to you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you telling me. And I, just thank you. Thank you for your help. Why find sprite? Oh, it also has to take in the board. Probably gonna make it so that this whole sweeper button has a board associated with it. And in fact, it's probably gonna be a like inner class of board so that it has a reference to it in general. Find sprite batch, draw this texture. We're gonna put it at our vector, and this is probably not what I wanna call it. We're gonna call this our vector position. I'm not sure what I do, and then do color.white. All right, let's see how we did. Do we get a whole board drawn here? Are we gonna get an 8x12 board? Yes, we do. 8x12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One thing I don't like is, I mean, I do kind of like the way they're positioned here. I don't like that I don't have the textures can I specify a width here? So let's go look here. Can I specify a scale of sorts? Scale, I can give it a vector to scale, which I'm assuming would like be like a 1 or a 2. Ooh, last break was 90 minutes ago, folks. We do have to wrap it up here. That said, I do have to hop off in just a moment. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. We got our board rendered on the screen. We didn't quite finish. We didn't quite finish getting the, but we halfway finished this. All right, so we halfway finished this. All right, so really we got quote unquote button rendered to the screen, which I'm happy about that. We didn't finish that. We didn't implement the MineSweeper controller. We're close. We're close. But for being here to see this, I'm gonna do a commit real quick. Git status, git add art, remove ball.png, git status, git commit -m chore, first attempt at MonoGame. Did not enjoy it. We're gonna push this up. If you guys want to get the source code to this, if you want to check it out, if you want to review it, it's free. Free for you to use and to look at and read, especially for educational purposes. We do have to hop off here because I do got to get ready for work, and which is starting for me in 45 minutes. But I appreciate you all being here. For being here to witness this, though. Everyone here is going to be 50 points for seeing us. 61 people, all 61 of you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm love having you here. We're gonna go raid someone. Let's go see who we got. Let's take a look. Maybe John, you have a great day. There's no one on. No one on. That's amazing. Usually there's someone. I might go raid Keybind. I do have Keybind on there. Not a game developer implementing a VPN, which is awesome. But let's see if we got a Unity game dev, maybe Unity game dev. Let's look for game dev here. Game dev. Let's see if we got some game dev. Making a ball bounce juicy. Mr. Elliptic making a ball bounce. I've never seen Mr. Elliptic. But let's take a look here. We're going for an hour and a half. Looks like they're doing some stuff in Godot. We're gonna go check out Mr. Elliptic, folks. So thank you so much for hanging out. Raid Mr. Elliptic. As always, we'll be, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. We'll be back on Wednesday, folks. Wednesdays, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Don't forget to join the Discord if you want to enter for a chance to win the Captain Coder Tumbler. All you got to do is hit one of these reactions. Any reaction will do. Hit a reaction. Enter for a chance to get this beautiful Captain Coder Tumbler brought to us by the very special, amazing MMO Pug. All right, folks, as always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. See you around.